Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to a very special edition of CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199, and I'm happy to see all of you here tonight. Hope you're doing well. We've got a Twitter X Spaces from President Donald Trump himself. There's a lot of new information that is, been released about the shooter from yesterday, the second attempted assassination of President Trump, where apparently the media doesn't want us talking about that. They don't want us to mention that there was a, assassination attempt on President Trump yet again. We are live on Rumble and Kick and X as well. I'm trying to remember to call it that. I'm trying. But yeah, so. Yeah, he was on our radar. Yeah. There's so much stuff that just aggravates me about all of this. It drives me absolutely insane, but we'll get into all of that here soon. We've got Yasuke, and I'm not saying the rest of it. Thank you for the 5. God. Mad Max 7-1 says, Jeremy, when Trump wins, he must clean house with the Secret Service, FBI, CIA, and the military. Thoughts? 100%. Now, I don't think that he's necessarily going to, he's probably going to implement people to do that. But, I mean, look, let's just jump right into it based on that. And I'm going to get to more of the super chats. But, this particularly right here aggravates the living hell out of me. Let me pull up my bookmarks really quick because this in particular really pisses me off. Okay. Right here. Let's listen right here to what they say really quick. Here we go. Listen to this bullshit.
We're here today to give an update on the investigation in regards to the incident at Trump International. With me is the U.S. Attorney, the FBI, and the Secret Service. Just to give you a little information, as you well know, the road down there on Summit is still blocked off. It will be blocked off probably for the remainder of today and probably a good portion of tomorrow until some of the investigative things need to be done and finished. But we're accommodating people in and out, getting them to the library, getting them to the post office, so the public is not going to be that far inconvenienced. The security level at Mar-a-Lago is the highest it can possibly be now.
The security level at Mar-a-Lago is the highest it can possibly be now. You mean the same Mar-a-Lago that the FBI raided? You mean the same Mar-a-Lago that the FBI, unannounced, goes in there and raids the home of the former president of the United States of America, goes into his wife's bedroom, goes into his son's bedroom? That same FBI? Get the fuck out of here, man. These people are horrible people.
The road closures are back in place and will remain there. The checkpoints are in place. And my commitment to the Secret Service is to give them every possible resource from PBSO. Once they determine the level of security that they need, they will get all the resources possible. So having said that, I'll let you talk to the U.S. Attorney.
Hey, I have a question for you. Why the fuck wasn't it already as high as it possibly could have been after the first assassination attempt? Why wasn't it already the highest it could possibly be? Why is it now the highest it could possibly be? I don't believe anything. Now, in terms of like this guy in particular, I don't know much about Rick Bradshaw, so I don't know about him. So I'm not speaking on him per se. I'm speaking on the overall, like how I feel about the FBI and the clown agencies involved with the government. I don't know anything about this guy, but it's just absolutely disgusting to listen to this stuff. So tonight we do have President Trump is going to have an X Spaces. I don't know what in reference to. I don't know what the details of this are. I have no idea. I know Trump, announced this last week. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to hear from President Trump tonight. And I believe that starts in about 52 minutes. 52 minutes. So Mad Max for 10 says, Jeremy, also after Trump cleans house, it's time to press charges of acts of treason against the fake news deep state and people like George Soros. Thoughts? Yeah, we're in agreement, man. And I think that's why he can't run on stuff like that, though. He can't actually. And again, Trump's talked about this many times. The worst thing you can do is publicly tell your enemy what you're going to do. He criticized the government in the past, like talking about our military operations and like what the military plans would be on the news. He's criticized this before. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you telling your opponent what you're going to do? It's a huge, huge mistake. So yeah, I fully believe that he's going to be putting people in positions to do that, but he's not probably talking about that a lot. Keena says, did you see the 1983 crime drama called Bad Boys starring Sean Penn when he was very young? That one doesn't ring a bell. The last Sean Penn movie I remember seeing, like that's prominent, gosh, I mean, I'm not a big Sean Penn fan just because I think he's a leftist nut job, but if I remember, what was that one movie with him and Kevin Bacon in it? And Clint Eastwood directed it. Mystic River? Was Sean Penn in Mystic River? You guys remember Mystic River? Wasn't that Sean Penn? With Kevin Bacon, Sean Penn, and I think Eastwood directed it. Am I right about that? Yeah, that was a pretty good movie right there. That was a damn good movie. It's been a long time, but yeah, I remember that one for sure. The Exalted Patriarch says, hail the God Emperor Trump, hail the 199. Thank you, the Exalted Patriarch. Spirian with the 199 super sticker. Icon Bearer says 199, let's go. Among Us says Hale, new pick, by the way. That's really good. That's really good. Let's see. Bender Poppy says, hey, Jeremy, just wondering roughly how long it will take the IDOT shirt to ship out to Australia. I live in South Australia. That's a good question. Let me see if I can get an answer before the end of the stream. Let's see. Let me see if I can get that answered before the end of the stream. Let's see here. Need an answer if possible. So, all right, let's see. I put the question out there, so I will see if I can get that for you. Coalise says the score is now 2-0 with Tenacious D. Will Tenacious D make another birthday wish for the next man to not miss? Yeah, you failed. You failed, Tenacious D. Sorry for you there, buddies. Sorry for you. Jimmy says to win an audience over just to give us Sydney and another woman for diversity. I mean, hail. Yeah, I actually tweeted that out right here. Listen, I'm a really big supporter of diversity. Okay, I love diversity and representation. Okay, and this tweet from me proves it right here. Okay. I am a fan of diversity and representation, okay? So if you guys are fans of diversity and representation, go retweet this tweet. I think representation is very important in film, okay? That's definitely that's the type of representation I can support right there. So there you go. Like, dude, whenever I hear all of these unattractive weirdos on Twitter say that, like, all of these toxic men don't like lesbians, I'm like, what are you talking about? We don't like fat, ugly lesbians. Like, you put a couple of hot lesbians in a movie, dudes are going to show up, okay? And they're not going to complain about lesbians. I'm just saying. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong with these people, man? But yes, so we are currently waiting for President Trump and his live Twitter spaces. So we will see. But thank you for that one. Among Us says on FBI radar since 2019, that Ryan guy. Yeah. Unfortunately, they've been a little busy since 2019. You know, but think about this. So the shooter, or the attempted shooter, was on the FBI radar since 2019. And this is the same FBI that raided the home of Mar-a-Lago, or the home of Donald Trump, Mar-a-Lago. Shows you everything you need to know about the FBI. Mike for 10 says, I had fun seeing Tulsi and RFK in person Saturday. I received a few compliments on my Welcome to the Rebellion Cara Dune shirt. Shout out to Jay Drunk 3PO. Hail Drunk 3PO. Hail Drunk 3PO. My boy Munchie Ninja for 50 says, I am late and gay, but made it. Also, the pronoun mafia being mad at Jeremy Johns is hilarious. Bunch of Melanie Mac words. Yeah, I made a video on that, and that video is doing really well. And I was glad to kind of give, Jeremy Johns a shout out. Give Derek Anderson a shout out, and a lot of good peeps that we've got here. And yeah, I mean, Johns is only going to benefit from this because he dared something very dangerous, everyone. And I'm a little uncomfortable repeating what Jeremy Johns did. And so if you do, like, if you're very sensitive, if you're emotionally unstable, you might want to, cover your ears. This is going to be a very dangerous thing. Okay. What I'm about to say. I'm not sure how to really say this. So Jeremy Johns, movie reviewer, did something unspeakable. One of the most disgusting acts we have ever seen from a movie review YouTuber. Jeremy Johns reviewed a movie. I know, guys. Listen, I couldn't believe it when I heard it either. I'm really upset by this latest news to find out that movie reviewer Jeremy Johns actually reviewed a movie. His career will never survive. It will never survive after this. But but the problem is he reviewed Matt Walsh's new film. Am I racist? Dude, I'm having so much fun putting that in my titles of my videos. Like, am I racist? Like, I'm loving it. I think I'm going to put "Am I Racist" in all of my video titles now. It's so good. But yeah, so the left-wing lunatics, the pronoun mafia, they are going off and they are really upset about that. I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to checking it out, and I will be seeing it very soon. But yeah, Jeremy John's getting mass unsubbed from the pronoun mafia, apparently, and they're really upset and they're letting him know. And I can promise you that no one really cares, but I am enjoying making the content off of them. That makes me happy. Lady Aaron D with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Lady Aaron D. Hope you're doing well. I saw you earlier too saying how happy you were that there's been so many Cobra Cast. I appreciate that. So thank you for the gifted memberships. Jared Armstrong says, put Matt Walsh's disguise on your thumbnails. I'm probably going to start doing that. The fact that Matt Walsh has now had What is a Woman that has continued to have cultural impacts, and it will continue to have a cultural impact. And now he's got Am I Racist? Like, it's so good, man. Like, the culture, we are starting to see things are starting to make a turn in the culture. And this is where the President Trump situation, President Trump has to win for many different reasons, but we need to get President Trump back in office. The culture, the pendulum is starting to swing in back in the direction it needs to. And the woke kind of mind virus is starting to lose. And when they're going after somebody like Jeremy Johns simply for reviewing a movie, things are bad. Things are very bad. So, I did cover that over on Geeks and Gamers. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, it's actually surprising that Ron is not letting the FBI take the criminal, and good. FBI will either bury the crime or botch the investigation. I'm glad Ron DeSantis is on top of things for sure. That's been good to see. Here's something that's funny that I guess I need more details on. Are you guys ready for this? I haven't seen this anywhere else. So before I share this, let me double check this because I haven't seen this anywhere else. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh when you see this, okay? Apparently it's from Wired though. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So here we go. You guys ready to laugh? Right here. Mark Cuban wants to buy Twitter. You see, it all comes back to jealousy. Mark Cuban wants to be Elon Musk. Mark Cuban wants to be Elon Musk. He is so jealous of Elon Musk. He wants to be Elon Musk so bad. Mark, you can't afford it, buddy. Okay? That's the whole problem. You can't afford it. So, Mark, the fact that this clown is now putting that out there, you're just confirming that you want to be Elon Musk. That's really what it comes down to. Here's another one. Mark Cuban says he would be interested in buying Twitter X if it ever went up for sale. Sorry, Mark. So yes, it all comes back to jealousy. This was jealousy when it was Donald Trump, and now it's jealousy for Elon Musk, and how Elon Musk is arguably the biggest celebrity in the world. I mean, obviously I think Donald Trump is the most famous person, but Elon's probably second. But just in terms of like, that celebrity appeal, Elon's right there. And Mark Cuban wanted to be that. So you had Mark Cuban, who had a really, really successful reality show in Shark Tank. And I enjoyed watching Shark Tank. I used to watch it all the time. And Mark Cuban was fantastic on that show. So I'm not here to take anything away from him. The Apprentice was better. And The Apprentice was a Donald Trump only show. It only needed Donald Trump as the star. He was the central focus, whereas Mark was one of 4 or 5 people that were, on the show. I would say Mark Cuban was probably the most prominent one on Shark Tank for sure. But I absolutely loved Shark Tank, but he didn't hit the heights that Trump hit with The Apprentice. So now Mark is also a tech guy. You know, I think he made like his billions like in some website or something. I can't remember. It was some type of website that he sold for billions, and then he bought the Mavs and everything. And yeah, the fact that Elon is now more popular and more relevant than him drives him crazy. So on one hand, it was Trump that got to be more relevant and popular than him. And then Elon on the opposite side. We're dealing with a very, very jealous individual right now. And he looks at Elon buying Twitter and how much power he has with Twitter. And he's just like, man, I wish I had that. Too bad, Mark. Obi-Wan John with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for the gifted memberships. We appreciate it. Andrew CR for 10,000 CRC. Says another Jeremy with his channel under attack. For fuck's sake, get Matt Walsh's wig for your bald head. Am I bald? Am I bald? Am I bald? Am I racist? Am I a misogynist? Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll never know. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. Rosemary says Mark Cuban wants to shut down any platform that allows all opinions to be heard. He wants to censure the opposition. Yes, 100%. He would shut Twitter down. Well, no, what he would do is he would make Twitter Jack Dorsey's Twitter is what he would do. If he owned it, that's what he would do. Say what now for 10 says, does he have the cash of someone who can travel to planets? I mean, he owns a show and a sports franchises. I don't think he can compete with interstellar travel. Does he still own? He doesn't still own the Mavs, does he? Didn't he sell the Mavs? Am I wrong about that? Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. People are tagging me this now. But I don't think he owns them. Yeah, he sold the Mavs, right? Yeah. Dan Bass says he can afford Geeks and Gamers. Dan, buddy. Okay. Dan. You can't even afford to make a tweet. Okay. So I don't think you can afford Geeks and Gamers, buddy. Okay. So that was so fucking mean. Like, of all the things I've said, I feel bad about that one. I feel really bad about that one, Dan. Oh, man. Hang on, where did it go? Woo. That was wrong. I feel bad. Go subscribe to Dan Bask. I'll give you a shout out, buddy. Okay. Oh man. You walked right into that one though. You did walk right into that one. Let's see where we're at. The red Necron for the Hail King Trump. VJ the Vigilant says, Hail Jeremy. Did you see the head of the Secret Service pretty much blame Trump, saying he wasn't supposed to be there? I didn't hear that in particular, but there's been a lot of nonsense out there, so that doesn't surprise me. You ain't right. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Joe C says, how convenient of Sean Hannity to turn down a round of golf with Trump right before tee-off. Hannity knew what was going to happen all along. Well, I certainly don't trust Sean Hannity. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do not trust Sean Hannity. Grant Potato says, the last Sean Penn movie that I can think I've seen was I Am Sam. I think it helped me become more autistic. I Am Sam was actually, I've only seen that one time, and it was a long time ago. I remember that being a phenomenal movie. It's been a long time, though, so I don't recall. But if you're just tuning in, we are currently waiting for the 45th and soon to be 47th President of the United States of America for his Twitter Spaces to begin. And that's going to be starting in about 35 minutes. So we are currently waiting for that. Animating Andy says, Jeremy supports representation so much he owns 3 lesbians on his team. Well, 2 of them are male bodies, but they're still lesbians. Good. It's questionable. Thank you. Let's see. Deepwood says, my daily dose of sanity. Stay unpinnable, boys. Thank you. We appreciate that. Margaret says, in order for Trump to get everything he wants to do, we need to vote the entire Republican ticket. 1,000%. Could not agree more. That's why it's important to, Trump is trying to put as many people in place as he can. So he can, have the flexibility that he needs. So it is more than just Trump. I mean, it's got to be Republicans down the ticket. Alan Tanassi says, Alan Prime I dot in the house. There we go. Thank you, Alan Tanassi. Angry Salt says, here is $10 to buy Geeks and Gamers. Dan, all you had to do was offer me that. Angry Salt, you are now the proud new owner. There you go. Coalise says, you're supposed to roast your friend, not friggin' deep fry them alive. Dan's still the best diversity singer on YouTube, though. Did Dan even comment anymore? Do I need to text Dan and call? I need to call Dan. Should I just call Dan and check on him? Let me call Dan and check on him, see if he's okay. Let me see if he's okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to put it on speaker. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey.
Hello?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, hey, man.
Hey, I just wanted to call and tell you that you're gay. Go fuck yourself. Yes, he thought I was going to apologize. Not gonna happen, Dan. Not gonna happen. So there we go. He's gonna call me back now and say something. I know he will. Oh man. All right, let's see. That was a 12-second call. All right, there we go. Uh-oh, shit. Thank God. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Go fuck yourself!
All right, that was good. He screamed it too like it was a song. So there you go. So hopefully you guys all heard that. Hail Dan Vask. Mike for 5 says, did you see that Candace Owens thinks Trump should replace Vance with someone who would make him unlivable? Oh, you mean someone that is basically life insurance for Trump, like a Vivek? Yeah, I didn't see she said that. I know that there was a lot of people that gave that opinion of like, hey, Trump needs to have a VP that basically gives him insurance in terms of like that they know that if they get rid of Trump that they have someone crazy to deal with or someone that turns the needle. And I get that, but I don't think Trump is just going to keep moving forward like the alpha that he is. And listen, we're going to continue to stand with President Trump. He's going to be protected. And listen, whether you're religious or not religious, I think that it's almost undeniable that it seems to be that there is something beyond, just reality, or I guess the reality of Earth, I guess. Like there's a far higher power that is guiding Donald Trump right now. And I don't think that you can explain it other than God has Donald Trump and he's taking care of him. And that's what I believe. That's what I believe. I don't believe that. And what I mean by this is like, even if you're not a believer, can you not look at the situation and realize that there's something beyond your understanding? You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy, man. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make up what we're seeing. And I know that there's people that are like, oh, well, if God's in control, how come someone died at the rally and stuff like that? Like, listen, man, like people, I'm not diminishing death at all, but that's not really that's you are oversimplifying the overall meaning of what people are talking about. You can simplify it to go, well, why would God help a flawed man like Trump? Because there's no such thing as a perfect human being, and we all have flaws. And that's why I use the terminology, those that preach the loudest have the most to hide, because I don't judge people on anything really that they do except for their hypocrisy. Like, that's really my line. Like, I know that everybody has things that they're not proud of, and everybody has flaws, and everybody has shortcomings, and everybody does things that they're not proud of. And I get that. Obviously, there's some things that are far worse than others. But if you're just talking about general stuff, like whatever, man, everybody has things going on. It's the people that go on social media all day long and tell you how everyone else is terrible and that they are the righteous ones. Those are the people you have to worry about. And then those people usually get caught doing something shitty. And I have no problem making fun of a person that was projecting, trying to make everyone else seem like they're the bad person. And in reality, that person gets caught doing that very thing. You know, you go from like Trump, for instance, okay? Donald Trump has been in the public eye for as long as I've been alive. Was anybody surprised that Donald Trump like hooked up with like hot women over the years? Really? Okay. Yeah, the media seemed to think that like Donald Trump was hooking up with attractive women in the 80s and the 90s. And you're like, yeah, makes sense. I'd be disappointed if he didn't. So it's like they as long as you own who you are, then it doesn't really, like, Donald Trump has never presented himself as like the all-American, I'm just a family guy and I just, you know, Donald Trump has presented himself as exactly what Donald Trump is. He's arrogant, and I mean that in a good way, all right? He's bombastic. He tells you exactly what he thinks. He's not apologizing for anything. He likes to be surrounded by hot women, and he likes to let you know how much money he has, and he likes to let you know how popular he is. That's who he's always been. So anyone that's paid attention to Donald Trump for any significant amount of time knows that that's exactly who he is. So no one was surprised by this news. That's simple. And he's never presented himself as anything other than that. The Exalted Patriarch says that Dan Vask, he's cool and all. Maybe not. Your Barmy says 2025, Dan tries to buy G&G with whale bones. Among Us says that guy's phone was pinged at that cell phone tower for 12 hours. I did see those reports as well. As a matter of fact, let's talk about a couple things really quick before we do get into everything. So we are currently waiting for the Twitter Spaces or X Spaces to start. But there's a couple things I want to show you guys really quick. Look at here. This is big news for me if this is true. Okay. So this is a report for all my sports fans out there. Okay. Report. Donald Trump will attend Alabama versus Georgia September 28th. Let's fucking go. It's going to be a top 5 matchup of the SEC powerhouses. You've got the undefeated Georgia Bulldogs versus the undefeated Alabama Crimson Tide. It's going to be a matchup of 2 versus 4 more than likely, and Trump is going to be there. Let's fucking go. Roll Tide, baby. I can't wait. So that's going to be crazy. Now, do I have the same amount of confidence in Alabama that I've had in previous years? Not necessarily, but we'll see what happens. But that's a sports wars topic, but I just wanted to show that is going on. And so I don't know if it's like confirmed, but the report is out there that Trump is going to be at that game, and that's going to be a huge moment. And I'm going to be very interested at the reaction that Trump gets. But right here, let me show you this. So just in, President Trump dropped a fire new ad showing all the times leftists have used violent rhetoric against him, inspiring attempts on his life. This is damning. These people need to be investigated and even prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But we know that'll never happen in the Biden DOJ. Here we go.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
Chris always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish. I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be. That you cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about.
If you see anybody from that cabinet.
God, of all of the horrible voices, it just, Maxine Waters' voice is the fucking worst thing that has, even with all of the prep of all the other horrible voices, when it gets to Maxine Waters, I just, holy crap. Yeesh. Like, bro, that is bad.
Destroy what you stand for, what you care about.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a Department a store, at a gasoline station. You get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
President Walker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
When they go low, we kick.
Please get up in the face of some Congress people.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
I wish they would play that. They should have added the clip of Johnny Depp. Because listen, I know what the whole Johnny Depp trial happened. Everybody was like, "Oh, Johnny Depp, fuck Johnny Depp." Johnny Depp called for the assassination of President Trump. That's what he did. I know everybody was on Johnny Depp's side because of the Amber Heard thing, and that's fine. He was right on that in terms of like Amber Heard's a piece of shit, literally and figuratively. But Johnny Depp called for it. Okay, he did. And I'm not forgiving him for that. Fuck that. Fuck Johnny Depp. I still like his movies. I still think he's a great actor, but he's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. And, of course, he then apologized for it later on. But, yeah, so in other ads, they have played that clip of Johnny Depp. But, yeah, so Trump dropping that ad is absolutely glorious, and I'm glad that he did. And we are 25 minutes away from his Twitter Spaces, so it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. Oh, he did. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if anybody has that clip. And then you've got Benny Johnson tweeted this one out right here. President Trump just dropped receipts on every single Democrat who has contributed to the hateful rhetoric against him, which led to 2 assassination attempts. 2 of them. So Trump ain't messing around, bro. Okay? Trump is not messing around. Let's see here. Is this what you sent me, Eric K? What is this one? I don't know what this one is. Let's see. Top Harris surrogate told MSNBC Trump what?
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans. And he needs to be stopped.
She slipped up. She slipped up.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans. And he needs to be stopped.
Yeah, I think that is an older clip. Is that an older clip? Am I right about that? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Is that an older clip? Okay, I feel like that was back when the Mar-a-Lago the rating of Mar-a-Lago, but I'm not sure. But I think that's an older clip. Yes, it is. Okay. It is an older clip. Yeah, I thought so. JMNZZ450. What's up, man? Says Trump is an existential threat to our holy democracy whose rhetoric may incite someone to commit violence against a Democrat. The fact that 4 Democrats have tried to assassinate him proves his rhetoric is dangerous and existential threat. The media. Absolutely, man. And wasn't there a clip? Let me see if I can find it. I think there was a clip of somebody went on one of the mainstream outlets earlier and said just that. See if I can find it. Dang it. I could have swore that. No, but I did see this clip. So I can't find the one that I wanted to show you guys, but I do have this one right here. Right here. So top Harris surrogate gets nuked over Kamala's lie that no active duty U.S. troops are stationed in combat zones.
About her comments about the military. She said,
God, her voice is almost as bad as Maxine Waters. It's almost as bad.
During the debate, this about the U.S. military. Let's listen.
As of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century.
Our fact checkers found that to be false, and I have a lot of experience in that area as well. There are currently 900 U.S. military personnel in Syria, 2,500 U.S. troops in Iraq. All have been under regular threat from drones and missiles for months. We also have action in the Red Sea. We also, every single day, the Navy SEALs, Delta Forces, special operators can be part of any sort of deadly raid. So why would she make that claim?
Well, I think what's important here, Martha, is that Kamala Harris, in contrast to Donald Trump, demonstrated herself.
It always goes back to Trump. You can't just answer the question. It's always got to be Orange Man bad.
To be commander in chief. We are in a world where there are all sorts of conflicts, and it's all the more reason we need somebody who's serious and who supports the military. And just remember,
but Governor, excuse me, but she said there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone. That is not true. You say she demonstrated her ability to be commander in chief, but did she not know about these people in Syria and Iraq? Why would she say that?
How does she have a Karen haircut and still look like a linebacker? Like, that is the weirdest thing ever. So she got a Karen haircut and she looks like a fucking linebacker.
That was a comment. That was a comment in a debate. I think the point that she was trying to make was a broader point. And of course, we have military in place all around this country.
Just watching them squirm is just fantastic, dude. I love it so much. All right, I had another bookmark that I wanted to pull up. There was something with the media that I wanted to. It was something where the media got just wrecked. It was CNN or something like that. There was also, let me find my bookmarks really quick. And hello, everyone. Welcome in. We are currently waiting for President Trump's Twitter Spaces to begin. We're still looks like we're about 18 minutes from the scheduled time. So that's going to be fun whenever it does start. This Mark Cuban story is getting a lot of traction. People are talking about this big time right now, and it's pretty damn funny. Let's see. Oh, I got to show you guys this really quick. This is kind of unrelated, but not really, because it all ties into wokeness, and wokeness is dying, okay? So right here, this to me, this is huge, all right? And I'm going to make a video on this later on Geeks and Gamers, but check this out. So Inside Out 2 required edits to avoid LGBTQ themes. The edits, including the main character, Riley, appear less gay, as well as putting special care into the relationship between Riley and Val to seem platonic as possible. A source describes it as just doing a lot of extra work to make sure no one would potentially see them as not straight. Boom, baby. Let's fucking go. And you know what happened? Inside Out 2, highest grossing film of the year. Highest grossing film of the year. So that right there is a huge win, because Disney now recognizes that we can't continue to pander to these freaks because they don't support these movies. There's not enough people out there that actually care about this shit. We need to get back to storytelling. That is a win for the chuds, baby. All right. That's a win for the bigots. That's a win for the regular person out there. And there's more stuff that's being said right now about Pixar and some of the things. There was another thing about Lightyear that was brought up. Let me see. Right here. Former Pixar employee says Disney leadership internally put a large part of the blame for Lightyear's financial failure on a same-sex kiss in the film. Let's fucking go. Huge wins, baby. So that is a testament that everything that we're doing is working, calling this bullshit out, holding them accountable, and we're going to continue to do that. So I will make I will make some videos on that over on Geeks and Gamers, And I'll break that down a little bit more. But I thought that was really good to see that, and this is where Trump winning the election is the big payoff to all of this. Because listen, man, I've repeated this a few times, but I'm sure there's people that haven't seen all of my streams. You go back to 2021, and I'm not really a person that, gets, I don't know, I don't really get like emotionally down or anything like that because I'm not gay. But, sometimes things are whatever, but I don't really, I just kind of, I can always figure out like, how to move forward and stuff like that. But when Trump was banned off of social media, when they banned it from Twitter, when they banned it from Facebook, when they banned it from YouTube, and they banned it from Instagram, I was like, how the fuck can anybody be successful if they just took down the sitting president of the United States of America, the most famous person in the world, the most powerful man in the world? They just deleted him from social media. They essentially did the Alex Jones to President Trump. And I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? Then the whole thing with Parler happened, where they took Parler down because Parler was becoming a competitor to, Twitter, and they didn't want that. So they took Parler down. And at that point in time, I'm like, I don't personally know how we win. Like, I don't know how the hell we come back from this. President Trump taken off social media, Parler got all this traction, they took it down, and they control all of the big social media platforms. Luckily, there was a young man, maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't, but there was a young man named Elon Musk. And Elon Musk decided to buy Twitter for whatever it was, $45 billion. And that has changed the entire path forward for all of this. That decision from Elon Musk changed everything. And now here we are with the first assassination attempt. If that would have happened and Jack Dorsey was still running Twitter, it would have been silenced on all social media. I mean, we've already seen that the media, the mainstream media, has already done a great job to try to memory hole that and act like it didn't exist. Luckily, we have Twitter, or X, and we have, and other platforms have kind of followed the lead of X/Twitter. So we've been able to get, our voices out there, and we've been able to report, and there's been a big kind of movement of different content creators that have grown from Elon's Twitter. And now we've got the second assassination attempt that's being widely talked about in all the details, and that's because of Elon Musk. It all goes back to Elon Musk, man. And of course, President Trump. It all goes back to these guys, though. So crazy times, man. Crazy times indeed. Davish says, swig for the working man. Swig of water for the working man. There you go. Jason Yankovic says, a bunch of Dems and their media puppets are blaming Trump for inciting the attacks against him. Total sickos. Yes, they are. Completely deranged. Firefox for 10 says, the greatest political analyst of our time, the chief of figotry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Axel Jensen says, my super chat was so early the Fig couldn't read it. Did I miss it? Hang on. Let me see. There it is. I did miss yours. I'm so early, I might as well be an iBot. Hail the 199. See, I got you, Axel. I got you. Appreciate you, man. Rosemary says, J.D. Vance is a strong candidate. He doesn't take any shit. I believe he has Trump's back. I do, too. I actually do. I believe he has Trump's back. I think the argument is that he doesn't... he's not a guy that can step in and take over MAGA. I think that's the argument for some people. And I think that's a valid argument. But he sure enough is a great number 2 for President Trump. He really is. From what I've seen, he's done a great job. Jesse MacArthur with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Dan Vasc is the DEI hire. They say you don't have. Yeah, exactly. He is. And we love Dan. And Orange Sea Lion says, go Vols. Bama fans are figs. Fuck out of here, Tennessee fan. Roll Tide. Marco becomes a new member. Thank you. G2 Price says 2 attempts plus the Biden removal coup. How is this not an insurrection? Where is the democracy? Exactly. Eric Heffelfinger for 10 says in 2023, it was reported that the U.S. is involved in 15 shadow wars reported by Yahoo News. Those wars most likely did not end. Yeah. And that's one of the many reasons they hate President Trump. Black Tiger says, I love that Trump put that ad out. Hold it to their face. Hold it up to their face. Call these evil people out. They need to make an extended one, including left-wing media. Troy News says, every time Trump wins a debate, he has to dodge bullets on the weekend. No more debates for him, please. Hashtag save my president. Accurate. Scarface says, let's see. Mara Healy sucks. Quantum DM says, did you hear Ronnie Boy is not giving the second assassin to the FBI? So there's something with, let me pull this up right here. There was something with Ron DeSantis I wanted to watch while we have time, because we are a few minutes away. We're a few minutes away. We're what, about 10 minutes, 9 minutes away from the Twitter Spaces. So let's see here. I saw this one, but I didn't watch it yet. So let's hear what Governor DeSantis has to say right here. Here we go.
I have not talked to him yet. I did announce yesterday we're going to be doing a state level investigation. I understand that the feds are involved, but we do believe that there were multiple violations of state law. We also believe that there's a need to make sure that the truth about all this comes out in a way, that's credible. I mean, I look at the federal government with all due respect to them. Those same agencies that are prosecuting Trump in that jurisdiction are now going to be investigating this. I just think that may not be the best thing for this country.
That's a good point.
Nevertheless, they have their prerogative, but we have our prerogative. And so we'll be making an announcement further along those lines in the ensuing days. I've not talked.
I'm glad he brought that up. So that's very good to hear. And was there another comment from DeSantis? Let me see if I can find it. Ron DeSantis. Listen, I want to like Ron DeSantis. He made a fool of himself when he. So I don't know. Is that confirmed? Let's see. I'm looking to see. So right here, there's no community note on this. So I don't know if this is true or not. Just in, Florida Governor DeSantis is refusing to hand Trump shooting suspect Ryan Routh over to the feds. The FBI has demanded custody of him, but DeSantis refused, saying Florida will conduct his own investigation. This is the way. Is that confirmed? Because I don't see that from a lot of different sources, but if that's confirmed, that's huge, but I don't know if that's true. So if we can get more sources to confirm that, because that's why I looked for the community note and didn't see it. I'm going to search around some more and see. I mean, all we've got is his own investigation. Yeah, I see other. That's got 100,000 likes on it. Look at this. Breaking. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis refuses to hand Trump shooting suspect over. So that's got 97,000 likes. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I don't know if Ron DeSantis can even do that. So let me keep looking. While we're waiting. I don't know if that's true. The fact that we don't have any community notes on those is crazy, though. I don't see a lot of. I just see a couple of accounts that I don't recognize talking about that. And I don't think that that's true personally. But we'll see. If anybody finds anything out, let me know. But that's what I see. Okay, so we're going to focus in because we got President Trump. Let's see. Look who's in the house becoming a member of the Snake Pit. Hell yes. I know she watches. She's been watching Friday Night Tights for a long time. So thank you. And yeah, let's see. Look at the chat going crazy now. Hail D-Day Cobra. What's up? Beaky in the house. Rudai, what's up, Rudai? Football Jones says the Tide can eat a whole sack of ducks. Go Vols 199. Okay, let me explain something to you guys, okay? I know we may have a few new people in here, okay? But I'm an Alabama fan, okay? we only say pro-Alabama things in my chat, okay? So we only respect the Tide here, okay? So let's just get that understood, okay, chat? And as you know, I run a tight ship around here, okay? So let's just compliment the Tide, okay? It's a post-Saban year. This is the first year we don't have Nick Saban. I don't need any negativity in my chat about the Tide, okay? Just saying. And thank you for, and I know for a fact, the internet's certainly going to respect my wishes, okay? The internet would never do the exact opposite of what I'm asking them to do. They would never do that. So please, just thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody said we have to support his mental illness. That's a great comment. That's good. I love it. All right, so we're waiting right now. Let me do a refresh. See what we got. Listen live. Okay. Here we go. We got nothing yet. Let's see. Is it just me? Does anybody hear anything? I'm going to pull up my phone and see if I hear anything on my phone. I want to make sure we don't miss this. We're still 4 minutes away, and I don't see President Trump in there yet. Everybody's using their emojis right now. So just after I got the Alabama shit talking, and then this is starting. So let's see. Real Donald Trump. All right. Can anybody hear anything? Let's see. All right, I've got it. Start listening. All right, I hear nothing. Okay, I hear nothing. All right, so we're good. We're good on that. All right, so while we're waiting, everybody's using their emojis. Lord Voldemort for 20 says, Jeremy, did you see the news that the governor of Ohio came out and stated that all bomb threats in Springfield were hoaxes and they weren't even done by people in the United States? Another media hoax exposed. I did see that, and that's not surprising at all. Not surprising at all. Oh, here we go.
I hear your parents. Someone's lights on.
Freaking boomers, man. I never feel bad about how I am with technology because everybody's bad with technology. And if you're an independent media guy, you're bad with technology. And the fact that Gary is the biggest streamer in our whole sphere, and Gary is absolutely horrible with technology, it means I'm doing something right, okay? It means I'm doing something right, so I'm okay with that. Pork Chop Express says, let's see. DeSantis threw on those studded high heels, DeSantis threw on those studded high heel boots and stomping on the nuts of them feds. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch says, I appreciate all of your Trump coverage. You make this all more bearable. Hail the 199 Trump 2024. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good to see you here. Zevin Cross says, Elon Musk for VP if something ever happened to Trump. Don't want anything to happen to Trump, but I think Elon has the power to continue what Trump wants to do. Well, I agree with your statement about Elon. The problem is he can't be president. And that's the only drawback is that he can't be president. But I do agree he could if he was able to be president, he could be the guy to follow in Trump's footsteps. That boy says this proves Disney knows that this is brand damaging. So every time that they do it from now on, it's undeniably on purpose in spite of making money. We won. Oh, Trump's there. The man is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is there. He could be VP. I don't think he could be VP. I don't know for sure, but I don't think he could be VP. I'm talking about Elon. Elon wants to be the king of Mars. Axel Jensen says, fastest chatter in the West. Autism Crocs says, did you ever read my super chat about anime? I've been busy, so I couldn't watch some of your whole street shows. Hail the 199. I remember you sending like a $20 super chat that was about anime, but I don't remember specifically if that's the one you're talking about. Am I correct about that? Autism Crocs, am I right about that? Let me know. Whiskey Niner says, hey, Fig, go Vols. No disrespect to the Tide. That's all I ask, okay? No disrespect to the Tide. Wrestling says, for 10 says, hey, Fig, did you know Twitter X streams have a chat as well? Also, you should have tweeted Dan as well so he knows you mean it. Haha. But glad you're on alternative platforms. Twitter does have a chat. It's not the greatest chat, and they need some work on it, but I have seen that they do have a chat. The Iceberg says, Vols suck. What's up, the Iceberg in the house? How you doing, man? Eric K says Jeremy said he wanted a real USC hat for Christmas. Jason J says Tide sucks. Wolverine rule. Rosemarie says leave us boomers alone. Dirty Jersey becomes a new member. Thank you. Katrina VR says Bama is bottom tier trash. Go LSU. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Yes, take my money. You see, I remembered. It was a $20 super chat. Of all the super chats we get here, and I remembered. Scott McKenzie says Elon is a hero for free speech. Sadly, we're in the crosshairs coming for him like they're doing to Trump. Hopefully, upping their security. Hopefully. JW Fackler says Alabama looked great losing to Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Go blue. Saban's last game too. Fuck. It still hurts. Vault 95 says true loser Avengers. Trump is assembling the Joes. Trump as Duke, Ryan as Shipwreck, Jeremy as Cobra Commander because he's a gay villain, Beardo as Sergeant Slaughter. Who is Vance and Vivek? Vance would be dial tone. What do you think about that one? That's a pretty good one. What do you think, Rodimus Primal? JD Vance, he would be dial tone, I think would be a good one. Right? Vivek. Ooh, Snake Eyes. Katrina VR, that's a fantastic one. Snake Eyes would be good. Yeah, that'd be good. You'll be out back. All right, so we're currently waiting for this to get started. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get everything together. So we'll see. You guys should see like all the Joes I have. It's absolutely insane how many Joes I have. I'm actually redoing another room in I've got a extra room in my house, and I'm making like a second studio, and I'm putting all my Joes in there. So, here we go. Nothing yet? I heard something. Dirty Jersey says, I'm back. Fuck PayPal. Hail the 199. LFG. Let's go if I can go Trump 2024. Teflon Don can't be stopped, just like my membership. That's what's up, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome back, brother. The Bob that God made says, when talking to friends who are on the fence about the election, I pull up the nuke war sim map and make clear this is what the current foreign policy will lead to. That's actually not a bad idea. Slain Hope says, if you want to up your anime game, you have to watch a movie called Grave of the Fireflies. No spoilers, chat. It's a movie everyone should see once. I have been told about that movie a lot. So, do we have mods here? Because we have a bannable offense in the chat. We have Nick from Echo Base Network saying very offensive things.
I'm unmuted.
What?
Check. Just checking that everybody can hear me.
What?
Check. 1, 2. May I get some thumbs up for the audience? Before you go, just a quick disclaimer. A few quick reminders before we begin. You should think of our conversation today as a general discussion. You are going to hear from a number of speakers, all with their own opinions that may not necessarily represent the views of others or any organizations with which they are associated. You should understand our speakers have financial interest in some of the items we plan to discuss today and in decentralized finance and digital assets generally. Of course, nothing discussed here today should be deemed technical, legal, financial, or any kind of advice. You should always consult your own expert advisors if you are seeking any advice. To the extent there are discussions about future plans, vision, and other forward-looking information, it is always important to remember that all such forward-looking information and the future generally is subject to change, risk, and uncertainties, which can change current plans and expectations.
Okay, nobody cares about that.
Now, hold on tight and we'll be with you in a couple of minutes.
Real Smile Bit just dropped 10 gifted memberships over on Kick. What's up, Real Smile Bit? We've been missing you because we haven't had a lot of gaming streams, man. So it's good to see you over there. So thank you, Real Smile Bit. And hail to the Kick chat. Hail to the Rumble chat. Hail to the YouTube chat. And of course, we are live on X as well. So thank you guys so much. I don't know who this person is that's hosting this stream. I don't even know what the hell this is about. I don't know what the topics are. I have no idea. I guess we're going to find out. Their lawyers care? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's like some financial stuff they're going to talk about. We shall see. But thank you everybody for being here. We have over 4,000 just on YouTube. Okay. We got another 500 on Rumble, and I don't know how many people are on Twitter and Kick, but thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right. Is Epic Mike in the chat? Back to Echo-based network. Okay. Now, I am a respecter of YouTube rules, and we do not like hate speech in our chat, okay? So we just need people to say roll tide in the chat, and everything will be happy. Everything will be good, okay? We won't have to ban anybody, okay? I don't want to do that. Okay, so I got numbers back. 7 to 10 days shipping to Australia. So if you're still here for the I.199 t-shirts, 7 to 10 days. By the way, that campaign closes tomorrow. If one of my mods can drop a link, I will pin the post. And if you're interested in this merch campaign that we have going on, you can go over there and check it out. I.of the199, also Geeks and Gamers, Flex Fit hats. Tomorrow the campaign ends. A lot of roll tides in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Pin. Why can't I pin it? There it is. Okay, pinned. All right, here we go. Tide Pods. God. Did it start? No, not really. They're still doing like prep work. Some guy with a lisp came in and told us to not take anything seriously. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. A lot of college football chat. A lot of college football talk in the chat. All right, so yes, mic check, 1, 2. CM Punk is on listening to him. What do you mean? You mean he's on? He's on Raw. Yeah, I've been kind of out of the loop on wrestling lately, so I need to watch some of the replays. Cellular Dream with the 199. Thank you, Cellular Dream. Let's see. Cart. What is this? Now the real UT is here. The SEC has class hook 'em. Oh, you talking about Texas? I hate that Texas is in the SEC now. I hate it, but it does feel like they belong in the SEC. It's just I hate that the SEC has expanded so much. I don't like what's happened to college football in general. I don't like the transfer portal. I don't like the NIL. I don't like any of it. But whatever. Okay. Basket City says hail to 199 and the MAGA. Thank you. Jeremy is gay, says Celluloid Dream with a member message. Didn't even pay me money to say it. He didn't even pay. He used a free member message to do it. That's a little respect. Okay. Vivek could be spirit. He's an Indian. Okay. I know Vivek is not that type of Indian, but we can race swap just this once, right? I 100% support that. Gold Pratt says, does pro Alabama mean roll tide or my sister really fills out her shirts? Gold balls. Thank you, Cole. Let's see. All right. So we're just waiting. Trump golf course assassination attempt update. Okay. That's just an update. I've seen if there's any, I'll go to other. Let me go around to, I'm going to switch over my screen. You guys won't see it. You'll still be on. Here we go.
Just checking that we're unmuted again. And we're good to go. Good evening, everyone. Before we begin, I want to address yesterday's awful events. It is a huge relief to us all that nobody was hurt. And I think that many in the crypto community will agree with me when I say that we're here with you, Mr. President, during these trying times. Your unwavering support for our community has not gone unnoticed, and we're immensely grateful for it. And really, the fact that after all of this, you've chosen to proceed with this interview blows my mind. It speaks volumes, Mr. President, and thank you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate the remarks. It was quite something, but it worked out well, and Secret Service did an excellent job. And they have the man behind bars, and hopefully he's going to be there for a long time. Dangerous person, very, very dangerous person. But I appreciate the comments very much.
Well, I appreciate you for allowing me to interview you in your wonderful Mar-a-Lago home, which is truly an honor, and I'm very grateful for it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Mr. President, I can say that myself, like I was saying, the crypto community and millions of Americans are relieved that you're here with us today after the second attempt on your life at the Trump National Golf Club. It's just horrifying. Can you run us through what happened?
So I was playing golf with some of my friends. It was on a Sunday morning, and very peaceful, very beautiful weather. Everything was beautiful. It was a nice place to be. And all of a sudden we heard shots being fired in the air. And I guess probably 4 or 5. And it sounded like bullets, but what do I know about that? But Secret Service knew immediately it was bullets. And they grabbed me, and I think probably the other one, Steve is one of the people, Steve Witkoff, a great friend of mine, a great businessman from mostly New York and Florida, great businessman. And more importantly, just a fantastic person. So we're in the group, and everybody we got into the carts and we moved along pretty good. I was with an agent, and the agent did a fantastic job. There was no question that we were off that course. I would have loved to have sank that last putt, but we decided, well, let's get out of here. And what the gunfire was actually, interestingly, was a Secret Service agent had seen a barrel of a AK-47, which is a very powerful rifle, and he started shooting at the barrel, started shooting in the bushes.
Wow.
Could only see the barrel. How good is that, right? But could only see the barrel. Based on that, he started shooting and ran toward the target and was shooting a lot of, those were the shots we heard. The other one never got a shot off. And he ran across the street and grabbed his car, hopped into his truck or car. And amazingly, a civilian in that area saw something, and it looked very suspicious. And in the car, drove their car to the back of his truck of some kind, and took pictures of the license plate, gave them to the sheriff's office. Sheriff Bradshaw is fantastic, very great sheriff for a long time. And within a fairly short period of time, they tracked him down on the highway. It was a pretty high-speed chase. And they ended up getting him. They got him. Because you wouldn't want to have somebody like that out there.
No.
He dropped his gun, the AK-47. He left his gun. He left cameras behind, left a lot of things behind. So the agent did a fantastic job. The civilian did a phenomenal job. A woman. Who would think you could take 1,000 times like that? How many people would have the brain power to follow him and take pictures of the back of his truck so that they end up getting, and the key was the license. So they got the license, and after they had the license, there's all sorts of technology where they can literally pinpoint where this truck is. I never knew something like that existed. And they pinpointed him on the highway. They got him with a high-speed chase. So they got him. It was amazing. So Secret Service did a great job. And I think I can say honestly, the sheriff's office, law enforcement, everybody really did a great job. Very happy about that.
That's incredible to hear.
Thank you.
And backup question to that second fold is, this was the second attempt in your life in under 2 months. What do you make of that?
Well, there's a lot of rhetoric going on. A lot of people think that the Democrats, when they talk about threat to democracy and all of this, and it seems that both of these people were radical lefts. The first one, they should learn more about. They have apps that they haven't opened yet, which is pretty strange. And the father went out and got the biggest lawyer in the state of Pennsylvania, which is pretty strange, about the father of the shooter we're talking about in Butler, the first one. And that's pretty strange. There are a couple of pretty strange things going on there. I can say this, the Secret Service was very brave in the sense that bullets were flying, and when I went down, I purposely went down. I saw what was happening, and people are probably screaming. I'm not sure if I recognized that, but I went down, and Secret Service, they were right there with bullets flying right at them, and they weren't hit, but 3 other people were: Corey, a firefighter, and 2 other gentlemen who they thought died. And actually, the doctors in Butler were unbelievable. They saved their lives. And we've actually raised a lot of money for the families and family of Corey and the 2 gentlemen. And they both lived. They thought they were dead. The first thing I asked when I came up, I said, how many people are dead? Because we had a massive crowd. And with all those bullets flying, so 3 got hit. But there was a great display of bravery. I mean, it was incredible. Normally, the crowd experts will tell you when they hear bullets, and we heard a lot of bullets going off.
Right.
A crowd this was a massive crowd. You couldn't even see the end of it in a big field. And that the crowd always runs. They call it a stampede, like cattle. I mean, they stampede, and a lot of people get killed when they stampede. But they hear bullets, but nobody ran.
They all stayed.
Tens of thousands of people. Nobody ran. In fact, you can see it in the small group behind me. There was a group of probably a couple of hundred people behind me, and nobody ran. In fact, they're standing up. Some of them are standing up looking for the shooter. The other one has to get credit to local law enforcement. It was a gentleman that shimmied up to the roof, saw the man with a gun, and probably made him go faster than he would normally go. And so he didn't exactly hit the target the way he wanted. There's something going on. I mean, perhaps it's God wanting me to be president to save this country. Nobody knows, but when I made the right turn, it's very unusual because the people weren't on the right. The people were standing out in front of me. When I turned my head at an exact 90-degree angle, the bullet came zooming by and clipped my ear. And the reason so much blood, they told me at the hospital, I said, why so much? The ear is the bloodiest part of the body because of cartilage. He was giving me a whole description. I said, you don't have to tell me, but it was a mess. But amazing bravery shown, amazing talent, like the doctor saving the two men that were hit. They were hit really badly. I won't tell you exactly what happened. They were hit badly. And they both lived. Corey didn't make it. Corey was in bad shape. We had a person from the National Guard about 10 seats over from Corey run to his aid, and he was hit in the head. With all of that, was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because he was still alive.
Wow.
And people couldn't believe it. They thought it was such an incredible act. Who would do it? It would, just an amazing thing. And we're going to take care of him too, because just the fact that he could do it, and some other people. So it was amazing bravery, and there was a mistake made, a bad mistake. That one building was unmanned on top.
Very.
And that was a mistake. There's nothing you can say about it. But that was some crazy day. And then yesterday you had another one with a different result. Actually, much better result, because we lost Corey, and two gentlemen were very badly hurt, but they're in pretty good shape now. Right. A lot of talent. Those local doctors up there had tremendous talent.
Love to hear that. Well, this is more of a personal question.
Okay.
Just turned 30 last week. We were just chit-chatting outside the room here. Young entrepreneur, son, aspiring father one day. Mm-hmm. With all of your success, you have a wonderful family. A couple of your sons are actually looking at us right now. You have a wonderful business for yourself, a wonderful life for yourself. You could be on the golf course without worrying about gunmen coming at you. But after multiple attempts at your life, you're still here. You've already been president of the United States of America once. You're about to be president of the United States of America again.
I hope so.
We hope so. Why do you do this? What motivates you?
So we have a country that's in trouble, a country that I love. I love the people of this country, people like Corey, who were just this massive Trump fan, and he got hit. But people like that, they're in love with the country, and they hate seeing what's happened to the country when you have 21 million people pouring in from all countries all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums. insane asylums, and they are different. Even prisons and jails, they are different. One's a little more severe than the next. They're coming in as terrorists, and they're coming into our country at levels that nobody's ever seen, and they're taking over our towns, and they're taking over small cities and big cities. I mean, look at New York, look at Chicago, look at LA. Tens of thousands of these people, and they're rough people in many cases. I mean, they are rough, tough people. Venezuela gangs. If you look at Aurora in Colorado, you have a governor that doesn't know what he's doing. He's petrified to be there. He doesn't know what to say. I mean, they're literally taking over real estate. They're becoming real estate developers in a much different way, right? They're taking over buildings. Everyone's afraid of them. And they have a big AK, talking about AK-47s. That's what they have. They carry massive guns. You say, where would they get this kind of power? And they're vicious people. They're gang members from Venezuela, largely, and known as being one of the roughest gangs anywhere in the world. You have MS-13, which is a bad gang, and you have these guys. And we're going to clean them out. We're going to get them out. But the bottom line, just to answer it quickly, I love the country. We're going to make America great again, and we'll be able to do it. We did it once, and we'll do it again, and much easier this time. The border is in much worse shape than it's ever been. This is the worst border there's ever been in any country. They have not done the job that they have to do. I mean, you have Kamala, she was the border czar. I call her the comrade because she's a Marxist. She wants to tax everybody out of business. She wants to raise taxes to 70, 80%. She wants an unrealized capital gain tax, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Nobody's ever even heard of such a thing. And they'll put everybody out of business. We'll end up in a depression if she gets in. And very simply, though, we're going to make America great again, greater than ever before. And I love doing it.
Being from Canada, I can probably relate to what that means.
Yeah. You've got some problems.
A crypto entrepreneur based in Montreal here, so it's it's not always the best feeling as someone who's trying to build something out of nothing here. Speaking of which, I'm wondering now. I know this is quite different, right? But I know many people in crypto feel this way as we're trying to change the financial system. Quite literally, we're trying to change things and make a difference, but it always feels like there's some sort of a force against us. In your case, do you feel similarly that there's a force out there to get you?
Well, you have a radical left force, and we have forces, I say that we have a lot of evil in the world. The world is a nasty place, and you can see that with some of the things that have happened. We've been treated, I think, very unfairly, but I've done so well. It's an amazing country in some ways, but we have evil forces. You have the outside forces with the enemies, and you call them Russia, China, various places. I don't know that they're enemies. I think we'll get along great with China. I think we'll get along great with Russia. I want to get Russia to settle up with Ukraine and stop this. Millions of people being killed, far greater than the number you read about. But I want to get that done before I even take office. I want to get that done as president-elect because it has to be solved. Too many people dying. Too many cities are just in rubble right now. You look at the culture is just being destroyed. Mm-hmm. We got to get that done, and I'll get it done. There wouldn't have been an October 7th. There wouldn't have been Russia attacking Ukraine. There wouldn't be inflation. All this inflation, which has hurt people so badly. You wouldn't have had that horrible type of withdrawal. We were getting out of Afghanistan, but with dignity and strength. That was the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And frankly, Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if it weren't for that. They looked at that and they said, this country is no longer run by Trump. This country is run by stupid people. And we have a great military. I took out ISIS in 4 weeks. And everyone said it was going to take 4 or 5 years. I took them out in 4. Our military is great, but you have to have the right leadership running it. So the bottom line is that it can be nasty, but it's only going to get worse. If I don't win, it's only going to get worse. It's going to get really bad. We'll end up being Venezuela on steroids. We'll end up in 1929 type depressions. And we have to make sure that this person doesn't get in. This is far worse than Biden. That was if you think of it, that was an overthrow of a president. He won. He had 14 million votes. He had no votes. Crazy Nancy Pelosi walked in and some of the others, and they said, we want you out. He said, I'm not going to get out. I want to run. I was leading him by a lot after the debate, but still he had the right to run. And they literally, it was a coup in the truest sense. This was the first coup of an American president. And I think it's, look, I don't say fair or not fair. He was very nice today. He called up to make sure I was okay, to make sure that, do I have any suggestions or anything? We do need more people on my detail because we have 50, 60,000 people showing up to events, and other people don't have that. But he couldn't have been nicer. But I thought he was treated really unfairly. He went through a primary system, he won, and then they threw him overboard. And she got no votes. She got no votes. But she'd be very bad for the country. We have to save our country. We can't play games, and we can't have a Marxist communist president, because that's not what it's all about. So we're going to do it, and we're going to make our country greater than ever before, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to love your crypto. And as long as you have crypto, you're happy. So I know what makes you happy. Nothing else but crypto.
Yeah. I mean, when the Twitter Spaces was officially announced and that you put the tweet out, a lot of people were like, well, who's this Farouk guy? And obviously, a lot of people started digging into this Farouk guy, and the main reply that was that I'm just this crypto bro. But you know what, Mr. President, I am a proud crypto bro. And it seems like you're starting to become one of us, if not already. I know for a fact that your children are quite involved in the space. I mean, we have Barron, Don Jr., and Eric on the Twitter Spaces right now. Eric and Don Jr. here, who will be joining us a little later
Isn't it really
on this
Barron?
programming. But get into crypto now, because I already see the people on Twitter Spaces really eager to hear you talk about this. At the recent Bitcoin conference, you mentioned that, and I quote, America should be the crypto capital of the world.
Yeah.
That was a big statement, and I believe the correct one. So why is it not right now?
Well, I think it will be right now. Right now, you have a very hostile SEC. I guess you'd have to say, I don't know, when you say administration, do you call it Biden or do you call it Harris? Nobody really knows what to call it, but maybe we'll say a combination of both. But they've been very hostile toward crypto, toward all of it, and extremely hostile, like nobody can believe. Nobody even understands why. My attitude is different. If we don't do it, China's going to do it. China's doing it anyway.
They are.
But if we don't do it, we're not going to be the biggest, and we have to be the biggest and the best. And when you look at values, and when you add it all up, the value of this whole thing is bigger than they were showing me. Your top 20 corporations and all of this, the numbers are just gigantic. It suffers from some credibility lapses. I mean, some things were done or not done, but it's very young and very growing. And if we don't do it, China's going to do it. If we don't do it, other countries are going to do it. A lot of countries would like to be in a position. We have the advantage because it's us. But you have a big advantage because it's me, because I do believe in it. I also know a lot of friends that are really into it. And my kids, I mean, Barron knows so much about this.
Right.
Eric, and Barron's a young guy, but he knows it. He talks about his wallet. He's got 4 wallets or something. And I'm saying, what is a wallet? Explain this to me. But he knows this stuff inside out. And Eric and Don know it so well.
They do.
It's almost like younger people know it a lot better than older people. But I have a lot of respect for them. They've shown great judgment, all of them. And I think you're onto something. You're onto it a lot sooner than most people. It's sort of like it's a fledgling business, and yet it's a massive business, but it has a chance to really be something special. And when I do things, I notice a lot of crypto comes in. People pay with crypto.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't see that even a year ago, 2 years ago. So I think it's really, it's big, and yet it's a fledgling compared to what it will be.
And I love that you're mentioning your children and how Barron is using his wallet. Similar to me, I'm trying to teach my mother how to use it. I send her one ETH every Christmas, one ETH every birthday, and same for my little Zoomer brother, who probably isn't Barron's age category. So has learning about crypto from your children had an impact on you?
Well, it makes it easier. And it's sort of like a language, I have a beautiful granddaughter, Ivanka's daughter, and she is Arabella. She speaks perfect Chinese.
Wow.
And their other 2 children, 2 great young boys, they speak perfect Chinese. They learned it when they were 2 and 3 and 4 from a nanny who was Chinese.
That's impressive.
And she was from China. And she would teach Arabella. When President Xi was here, President, she couldn't believe it. She walked up to him and had a perfect conversation. And I said, so how did she do? He said, as good as any 10-year-old girl in Beijing. I remember that statement. I mean, she speaks it perfectly, but she learned it at a very young age.
Wow.
If you're going to learn, if it's China or Japan or any language,
right.
It's not that easy to do. No. But as a child, it's almost like a natural. So it's a little bit like that, I think, with crypto. Now, I think crypto is a lot easier,
right,
if you want to know that. But there is a learning curve. And yeah, my kids really understood it, and they understood it pretty much right at the beginning.
Yeah, we were chatting with Eric in the back, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is really awesome."
He knows. Yeah.
Oh, we're about to hear all about your son's crypto endeavors and how much they know about it, which is really cool. I just came back from Asia. I was at the Korea Blockchain Week and at WebEx in Japan, and over there, at the moment, everybody's in Singapore tuning live to listen to us live on Spaces for Token 2049. What's impressive in the East is that crypto is not the future; it's the present. Whereas when I come here and in Canada and North, it feels like I'm being taken aback. So the question I have for you, following up on what I was asking earlier, is why is it so important for America to lead in cryptocurrency adoption and innovation?
Well, it's crypto, it's AI, it's so many other things. AI, speaking of an interesting future, it needs tremendous electricity capability beyond anything I've ever heard. It never made sense to me, but this is what it needs. If you take all of the electricity coming out of the US, in order to be dominant in AI, you need twice that amount just for this one thing. Who would think that? You need twice the electricity we already have. And you got to get started. I mean, you have to be, if you're the US, you have to get started.
Right.
You don't want to be left in the dust. And China's already building electric plants, and they want to build them for the AI, and it's very important. But you need tremendous electric, and in this country, because of our strong environmental impact statement problems that we have, China doesn't have those problems. They don't do them. They just build. They said, build over here, build over there. With us, you have to go through years. But I'll make it possible to create tremendous amounts of electricity very rapidly. But people don't know that. People don't know that you need double the electricity of what we already have. So you want to get in, whether it's crypto or AI or other things that are coming along, and it's part of the game. We want to have a great country. We want to stay at the top. We're making things now. We're starting, and it started under my administration, that there was no chance of ever even getting involved in for a long time.
Right.
And we're leading the pack in so many ways. One of the things I'm very proud of is Space Force. We were getting lapped in space by China and by Russia. And now we are the leader in space. And I have to tell you, Elon is doing a fantastic job. He's my friend. He endorsed me for president, so strongly. It was incredible. But he is doing an amazing job with respect to space. When you look up, I think somebody said he sends 90% of the rockets sent up throughout the world are his.
Wow.
And you got to hand it to him. He's something.
He definitely is. Wish he was here, but at least we're using his. We'll get him. We're definitely using his platform to do so, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. So, to create this future we're talking about, right? There's a lot of American entrepreneurs, founders in crypto that need to sadly leave the country because it feels like at times we're being treated like we're not really welcome to build companies here. The CEO of our company over at Rug Radio was actually debanked earlier last year, but we'll get into that later. Do you think it's important for America to have a legal framework for crypto so that businesses can thrive and survive here?
I do, and they should have certain safeguards too. Maybe somebody would say that's a bad thing to say, but no, it can't be totally freewheeling. And I spoke to some of the big crypto people, they want safeguards, they want certain safeguards. But it's a very hostile environment right now. From what I understand, the SEC has been extremely hostile and really going after people. And I think, frankly, since they heard I was involved, they've treated people much better. Maybe they view it as votes. But people that were under serious investigation for having done nothing wrong are all of a sudden allowed to go free. And I really believe that's because they see, this is a very big market. This is a very powerful market.
Very.
So I'm glad I helped. If I helped, I don't know, maybe I didn't. But the SEC has been unbelievably hostile. The one thing is that if for some reason bad things happen and we don't win the election, those people that were under investigation and that are free as a bird right now, and people that weren't being looked at in the crypto world, they will be living in hell because it'll start the day after the election if they win. And I view it differently. I mean, I just view it that we have to be the top no matter what we do.
Right.
Chips or anything else, we were really starting to go with the chips. We have to be number one. And I think AI is really important, but I think crypto's one of those things we have to do. Whether we like it or not, we have to do it.
It's really, really cool to hear it from you in person. We've only heard it on TV, in newspaper, etc. But it feels good to know that a presidential candidate and someone who is already president of the United States of America feel this way about cryptocurrency. I'm sure myself and a lot of people in the industry are relieved to hear that. And now we'll see what the results are in November. But on something a little lighter now, I remember the day your NFT collections came out. That was super cool. So I host a morning show called FOMO Hour with my friend OSF and Mando and now Tyler. And so we were live on air when the link dropped. And so it was the very, very first collection. There was a chance to have dinner with you. And I remember just like scrambling to buy them. We're staying live. We stopped the show live on air to thousands of people like, oh, we got to buy these. We're going to buy these. I got to spend $25K on this. Let's go. Right. Let's do it. Which is another cool thing about people in crypto, right? Or there's crypto bros that they call. And so we're trying to buy these things. And it was just so electric and crazy that we actually failed. But hey, I guess that's a good thing because the collection, ended up selling out, and then you ended up doing
kind of boring. But
you ended up doing that 3 times over.
It helps Trump.
Can you tell us more about the
that
success that you have had with NFTs? But also, like, did that surprise you?
Well, I got in very late, and NFT was considered cold. I mean, to be honest, it was a cold industry. It had its day a few years before, as you probably know. But when I did it, I said, what do we have to do with anything else? And it's playing cards and some beautiful artwork and other things. And we went out with 45,000 NFTs, and it was amazing. We thought it would take 6 months, maybe a year to sell. It sold out. I don't want to get myself in trouble by saying exactly the first day, but pretty close to it. It was like almost immediately.
It was quick.
Yeah,
like we failed every transaction.
Right, almost immediately. And then we did a second one likewise, and then we did a third one, and then we just did a fourth one. And I asked the people from the first 3, I said, well, do you want to have us do? Because, they have they have very big pride to start off with. But I said, are you going to, if we do a fourth one, does that affect you and the ones you already own? Because some people bought a lot of them, some people bought one. And they're all very happy, really happy. I said, does it affect you? And everybody, it was like sort of a phone poll, just like, and everybody wanted the fourth one, which surprised me because you would think they wouldn't want the fourth one because maybe it waters down their own pieces that they have. And they did. They wanted it, and they wanted it badly. So we did a fourth and just did it recently. And I think it's just about gone. It's amazing. And one of the things I know, the crypto played a big role because they paid.
Yeah,
it wasn't like we're not getting checks with dollars. We're getting crypto.
It's instant.
Instantly, yeah. It's been, and that taught me a little bit about what you love. It taught me something that was incredible. We did the NFTs. It was so cool. People said, "Don't do it, don't do it. You're not gonna."
I'm sure.
And we did it, and it sold. Literally, we had anywhere from 6 months to a year, and I think we did it in a day or something.
So it was
that. Right?
It was quick. Yeah. It was quick, and you know what? It was fun. That's
fun.
what it was.
It is fun.
It was a lot of fun. So I'm aware that you probably have a million things to get to. So I kind of want to finish off with a couple more questions for you, Mr. President. So first and foremost, were the NFTs a big part of the story, of your story, of how you came to see the value in digital assets?
A little bit, because so many people paid this way. If they didn't, if they would have been paying in dollars, I would have said, that's standard. I would have assumed. And I was blown away. I wasn't overly interested in it, to be honest, but I did ask, like, what percentage was taken between Bitcoin and all of the other things, but through crypto, and it was a massive majority, and I was a little surprised by that. And that was a while ago now, and it opened my eyes. But I think my children opened my eyes more than anything else.
Wow.
And plus, I have a friend on my right who's a very smart guy, and he's not quite as young as his fantastic son, who we're dealing with, Alex, and all of them. But he knows a lot about this stuff for a man of his age. He's still pretty young, but for a man of his age, Steve Witkoff knows a lot about this.
He definitely does. And he's sitting on your right. We're about to get to Steve Witkoff. And for everybody in the audience right now, if you're listening to us live, hang tight. I have one more question for Mr. President. And then we're going to be joined by Don Jr., Eric Trump, and the World Liberty Financial teams, and Corey and everybody, the advisors around it. So we have quite the programming for you. But Mr. President, one last question that you may or may not have answered with your last answer here is, so if there was one thing that got you to see crypto differently, what was it?
If it was what?
One thing that got you to see crypto differently. What was it?
Well, maybe the NFTs. You sort of brought that up because I was surprised again at the percentage of them that were sold through that form. You could do a new form of currency. You could call it anything you want, but that was. I think it was also the level of enthusiasm that my young sons have for this. Pretty young guys. I mean, one's extremely young and two are pretty young, right? But the level of enthusiasm they have for crypto.
Yeah.
And also, just to add a third element, I have a lot of friends, very smart people, some very smart people, and they're believers. So it means something to me.
Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Everybody hang tight, please. I will go to Mr. Witkoff in a second, and we'll be joining by the next set of guests. But Mr. President, it's an honor. Thank you for having me. And honestly, the fact that you've done this the day after a second assassination attempt means the world to me. Just a little 30-year-old boy from Montreal that, started from just hosting Twitter Spaces, now hosting yourself. So thank you for allowing me to do so.
Great job. Great job. Thank you very much.
Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back.
Well, there you go. Listen, ultimately, if Trump can tap into the crypto audience and it helps get him elected, then I'm all for it. I'm not a crypto guy. So it is what it is. That was very boring, and I would rather have not listened to it, but I'm glad we did, just so I didn't have questions about it after the fact. So from what I understand, that is Baron Trump. Now, I don't know if he just created this X account just for this, because it's listed as Baron X Spaces. So I don't know if he just created it, but Benny Johnson and ALX have both tweeted this account out and said Baron has joined X. Will he speak? I don't know. Is it worth staying here to see if he's going to speak? I don't know. Yeah. So that apparently is him. And that would be interesting if we actually got to hear from him, because if he's just joining to listen, why would he even put his name in there? Like, he could have just made some dummy account and listened. But if he's actually there to speak, then that would make sense as to why he created this account. You know what I mean? So the question is why? Laughing Man says, read super chats, Jeremy. Do you think you own me because you send me money? You would be correct. I work for each and every one of you. So let's go. Jeeping Baylor says Beardo is gay. Jacoby says Beardo is so gay. Black Kane says RFK should be Snake Eyes so he doesn't talk. Dude, that is brutal, okay? That is brutal. Holy shit. Oh, man. Let's see. Myote, is that how you say that? He sounds gay. Alan Tanasi says, Roll Tide is fig talk. My ex went to Bama. What do we got here?
And we are back over here. That was quite a great interview with President Trump, wasn't it, everyone? Yeah. There you go. Rick got this room packed with people. Everybody's still here. Hang tight. Don't leave. Keep sharing. I want to see those retweets because the State of the Crypto address at Mar-a-Lago is still on over here. I have Steve Witkoff on my right, who has to run, to Fox, right? Fox. Is that where you're headed next, Hannity? All right. I got the opener for Hannity. That's pretty cool. That's not bad, right? That's like opening for like Led Zeppelin or something. I don't know. So Steve, I'm just going to go chat with you real quick, and then we'll get to our other guests. First and foremost, you were with President Trump yesterday on the golf course.
Yeah.
As he was trying to sink that last putt, as President Trump was saying. But how do you feel?
I feel blessed that I was out there because I got to see what he has to live his daily life like. 2 assassination attempts in the last 2 months. He's been conspired against. He's been vilified. He ought to be commended for his 4 years of public service as a president. And I was glad I could be out there and see what it was about for him. He was as courageous a man he is as courageous a man as I've ever seen. He cared about his friends first. He asked about his friends first. And it was inspiring to watch him.
Yeah, thank you for
And the Secret Service, I would echo what he said.
Right.
They were incredible. They put their lives on the line for him.
Wow. It's incredible that he's just back up today and just
It's who he
running a
is.
circuit.
He's resilient. He's stoic. And
Very.
who wouldn't want those qualities in a leader? He is a natural born leader.
So to go back now to what we're here to talk about, and we're going to get in the weeds of it a little more. So how did this collaboration happen? I know it's an incredible story. Could you walk me through it?
My son introduced me to 2 partners, Chase Hero and Zach Folkman, who are exceptionally bright people. They look a little different than us because they dress a little different than us because that's the crypto
A few more
world,
tattoos.
right? I have 1 or 2 tattoos, but
Oh, really?
Chase has, yeah, I have it's hard to see here.
It's okay.
But I have a tattoo of my son who I lost, Andrew. Both of my tattoos are of him. I actually think he's the one who put me out with the president yesterday, so I could witness his courage and talk about him to the American public. But I was introduced to Chase and to Zach, and I met traders from all over the world. And these guys are as smart as any currency traders I've ever met. And they began talking to me about decentralized finance, which means frictionless finance, and why it made sense for people, and about the forgotten who can't get credit out there. Credit is what drives the American economy. And as I began to understand it, I said, who would understand this better than the Trump family? And so we had a meeting initially with Eric, Don Jr., and the president and his counsel. And we said, let's go pursue it. We've been on it for close to 9 months, spent a lot of time on diligence with really, really good lawyers on how to operate in the space.
Right.
And here we are today, the culmination of a pretty robust effort.
So do you think that this could really change the way wealth is created in America?
I think decentralized finance is the way of the future.
Right.
If you think about the fact that if you want to borrow money today, you have to be almost anointed. You have to be a member of the privileged class. I remember when I left law, I represented the president. I wanted to be in business. It was very, very hard to get credit. And credit, again, is what drives us. Crypto allows it to happen. Decentralized finance as an application of crypto allows it to happen. So, and we see as a business venture, a huge approachable class of people who have been either debanked, as you talked about, or they don't have a bank that they can go to, and they don't have a bank that will listen to them. And so we look at it as a business venture, and we say we can democratize it. We can be more egalitarian about it. And at the same time, we can probably do very well in it because there is a large group of people who can't gain credit in the system. And isn't that unfortunate that young people with great ideas, they can't prosecute those ideas? That's a terrible thing. That's not a good thing. That's not the American dream.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Witkoff, for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so up next, of course, I mean, Don Jr., if you want to, however you guys want to set up here, we got a whole programming for y'all here. So really hang tight. We're filming the whole thing. everything's going to be broadcasted live a little later on video as well. Everybody's looking great over here.
That's most important, right? As long as we look good. I mean, I'm liking your hair, the flow.
Thank you.
It's pretty solid.
There was some polls going online around like who's got better hair. Would it be President Trump or myself? I think your father has an incredible flow. I have to give it to him.
As a Trump who may or may not one day inherit the Trump hair genes, I don't make fun. I don't mock it because you never know. One day I could wait. So far I'm 46. I'm doing pretty good on the hair department. I'm an old man.
There's no chance.
Yeah, look at that white in the beard. You know, still haven't had the white in the hair, and I'm not vain enough to dye it. So we're good so far.
Well, you're gonna have to share your secrets with us maybe after the stream, because I'm getting old. My knees are hurting from being 30 years old.
Yeah, it's rough.
Hey, let's not be that mean.
It gets a lot worse, but I promise you.
Let's not be that mean.
This thing I miss most about youth is just not waking up sore every day for no reason whatsoever.
That bad.
Oh my! Anyway, so let's get right into this. I mean, Don, your traditional banking systems, have not been working for many Americans. This is something that you speak about a lot. It's something that Mr. Witkoff talked about, and that your father talks about, and all of you at this stage. I talked earlier about how my company's been debanked. My CEO has been debanked, and he's an American citizen from Texas. Got a call one day and said, "Hey, come pick up your money, and we're going to send it to you by the mail. Here's a check." Said, no. I'm going to come pick it up. To me, it was insane that this is even an option. And we're talking about someone who has some money, right? Yeah. And so I know your family is very familiar with being debanked. So how does DeFi fix these problems?
Well, listen, I mean, I think, I was probably a late adapter into some of, these technologies in the sense that, I was a traditional real estate guy. We were bricks and mortar, and there was a time period where the Trumps, we could have picked up the phone and called any CEO of any bank and gotten a loan from anyone in the world on any project, and low LTVs and everything like that. Then we got into the political arena, and like that, it was turned off. I mean, it wasn't that we didn't have incredible balance sheets. It wasn't that we didn't have the reserves. I mean, I've had it for some of my personal businesses. Same story as your partner. I mean, I had an operating business with a partner, and he calls me one morning. It happened to be the day of like CPAC, 2 years ago. And he calls me. He's like, our operating account has no money in it. I think we got hacked. Like, what do you mean we got hacked? It's like, it was PNC Bank. I mean, this is a major bank, and whatever it is, this is a legit business with, small business. It was a little media company just to sort of aggregate news that was not being shown to people otherwise. And he calls the bank like, listen, I think we got hacked. Oh, no, you weren't hacked. We just don't want to do business with you. They broke up with us by mail. They didn't even call us. Like, we didn't even get the call. They just like, oh yeah, there's a cashier's check. You'll have it in the mail in a couple of days. But we got an operating business. We got payroll. We got what are you talking about? So, we went from being able to pick up the phone to anyone to having the same thing happen. We've had family members that have had, 7-figure accounts with specific banks. Be like, well, I just want to use some of that money to get a home loan for this. Will you write the rest of the loan? No, that's too risky for us. It's like, we have more money in the account than the value of the home. What are you talking about? It's too risky. But,
obviously,
it's interesting because we went from being sort of, people that would have been, the elite in that world to just being like totally canceled. And it changed our perspective so much. I think we understand what so many Americans are going through. And when you really look at America and our foundation, the way our founding fathers set everything up,
I
think DeFi would be what they would envision, not a broken, bureaucratized system where a bunch of middlemen are getting pieces and VIGs for doing nothing, for pushing paper, which creates not just sort of a lot of waste and inefficiency.
The poll is going to,
but really has become a politicized process. And we see that, and again, that only goes one way. You can say that I'm, this incredible radical, whatever, I get called that all the time. I mean, I don't know. I went to the Wharton School of Finance. I have a pretty good finance background. We built and changed the skyline of New York as a family and some cities in the world. I think first time I got invited back to speak at Wharton I was like 28 years old. I didn't know anything probably by then. I still didn't know anything. I'll say that for the record. But I think we've learned a lot since then. And now
750 votes.
That same access isn't available to us. So for me,
I'm pulling it at 1,000 votes.
And so much of what we've done, and really so much of what's been a part of our political journey, is that creating actual fairness in these systems that have been truly bastardized and politicized. I mean, we witnessed it firsthand because it's like you had whatever you wanted, and that was just ripped away from us in an instant. And we're a family. We're blessed to have the means
All right, I can't. It is kind of boring. It was pretty boring. It was pretty boring. Thank you, Brock. And the poll is at 55-45. So we are out. So if Barron jumps on, I'll fire it back up. I'll check back in. But the people have spoken 55-45. Listen, man, I'm fine. I'm fine with him doing interviews like that. I just didn't know what it was going to be. If I would have known it was going to be a crypto thing, I'm not sure I would have reacted to it. But either way, it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. And I'm glad he's reaching out to people like that. I wish I could control the volume. I mean, I guess I can't turn the volume off on here. I can listen to it. Brock says, thank you for ending it. That's $200 from Brock. That's 2 MAGA red bombs, okay? Lady Aaron D says, you're way more entertaining. I mean, if that's the bar, then maybe. I guess I can take that one. But Brock paid, let's see. So let me do this. Can you guys hear it? Let me see if I switch to this screen right here for a minute. All right, let me open this back up. Can you guys hear this? Hang on, starting now. Can you guys hear this now? If you guys can't hear that, you can't hear it? Okay, then I'm going to keep it at a low level and kind of listen into what they're doing. And if Aaron jumps in, I will it's going to be kind of distracting, but I think I can pull it off. Because I'm going to listen to make sure. We lost like 1,500 viewers from peak. That's never happened to me during a Donald Trump interview. So the fact that we lost 1,500 people is absolutely crazy. So I've got it playing in my ears now, and then we'll see if Barron jumps in there. And if Barron jumps in there, I will switch over to it. So there you go. Dirk Mather says Jeremy is multitasking. Johnny's surprised that the ultra soy voice like that actually supports Trump. Hey, it's crypto, man. It's a whole different world. So Black Dane says, look up Alabama Saturday Night by the, I don't know how to say that one. Be careful. I don't need you guys trolling me into saying anything. Dr. Kaladin says SKS is a battle rifle, the Russian equivalent to our M. The precursor to the AK-47, used in both 7.62 by 39, arguably a more accurate gun from range, and he had a stock with thick rails and probably a magnified optic. What's that? That's weird. Hang on. All right, now? How about now? We good now? Audio fading in and out? All right, let me check. See what's going on here. Testing. We should be good now. All right, we good now? Okay. All right, how about now? I think it was because I was playing that audio, and that was probably affecting it. So I probably won't. I'm not going to be able to play the audio while I'm sharing my screen like that. So good to go. All good. All right, we're back. All right. So listen, I don't know how many of you are new here, but this is the most professional show on the internet. Okay, we never make any technical mistakes or anything. This is seriously the best. Nobody's close to us. So just need everybody to understand that, okay? East Coast Toasted Boy says, finally saw Top Gun Maverick. I'm happy. You just now saw that? Wow. That is crazy. It's fantastic, by the way. So Flame Hope says, people who still doubt crypto are imbeciles. After 15 years of countless banks, financial institutions, and governments adapting it, they still call it a scam. I don't know much about it to have a strong opinion on it whatsoever. You look at the crypto bros are kind of like they're kind of interesting. Nothing against them, but yeah, I just don't know enough about crypto. I know nothing about it. Andrew Sierra says, good for Trump to have a very gay interviewer for diversity. VJ the Vigilant says, BTC only. All others are shit coins. Your Barmy says, Crypto Boy takes advice on bananas from Beardo. GL Dude says, Jeremy, when are you dropping gay coin? Shadow says, Jeremy, stop talking over them. Gosh. Love Dog says, at least Trump understands crypto. Kamala probably thinks it's something you put a dead body in. That is true. That's a very good point. And that's really ultimately what it's all about. It's about like, hey, at least Trump understands it, or at least he understands it enough to entertain it. You know, maybe to get his sons involved, because he understands that it's a really big opportunity to kind of reach to younger voters. So I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Let's see. Get Woke Go Broke says, fuck Kamala. Stream Hero says, I still wish Trump wouldn't push crypto and NFTs when there's so much scams surrounding it and there's no evidence. It's revolutionizing the future. I mean, I can't speak on it to give an educated answer one way or the other. So, Cerberus says Trump is a president for all, even the boring. Slain Hope says everyone should invest $50 in stocks and crypto to learn what it's all about. Most people don't know what an unrealized gain tax is. It's insane. Capital gains tax is selling before you've held on for 1 year. Unrealized gains would be a tax that is a tax not for selling at profit that compounds every year till you sell. Then they tax it again. So Slain Hope is very passionate about this, and I just don't understand crypto. I do need what I would need, like to be fair, and I didn't understand AI until Kamala Harris explained it, and that was I couldn't believe it when I learned about AI from Kamala. Actually, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but yeah, let me see if I can find that. This is like groundbreaking stuff, man. With what the news she broke about the AI. I did not know. I did not know this. See if I can find it. Here we go. All right, so if you guys have been wondering about AI, because I was sitting there and I'm like, I just need to understand AI, and I didn't really understand it. And then thank goodness Kamala Harris taught me. So you want to, if you might want to get pads and pencils out, or your notepads on your phone, because you're gonna want to write this down. Okay, you're gonna want to write this down. Here we go.
The first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. But ultimately,
did you know that? Did you know that, internet? Huh? Everybody on the internet acts all smart. Did you know that? I love that they clipped in Billy Madison on this.
the first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
Why is she laughing? Why is she laughing? God. Maximus BT says, where are my breets at? Dean H says, President Trump has more leadership ability in his little finger than both Sleepy Joe and Cackling Kamala have in their entire bodies combined. Alan Tenacity says, I did not tune in for CryptoCast, shaking my head. Buster Nut Smash says, just picked up my hat t-shirt combo. Hail the 199 and hail the iDots. If you have not, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not picked up your t-shirt and hat deal right here, boom, over on 221B. You can get the iDot shirt. You can get the Flex Fit Geeks and Gamers hat. They are done after tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're ending that campaign, getting everything processed and shipping those out. Whether you're coming to the San Antonio meetup or not, this is the first time we have premiered iDot, our new mascot for Geeks and Gamers. So make sure you go over there and get yourself a shirt or a hat, or you can get both. And again, they're not going to be for sale at the meetup. So this is the only opportunity to get them right here. But I'm glad you got them, Buster Nut Smash. That's awesome. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. GL Dude says, get rid of the poll. I need to link the link to buy merch. Oh, sorry. There you go. There it is. My bad. There's Brock with the stop. And then he says, thank you for ending it. Look at what a great guy. You know what? I respect that Brock speaks to me in $100 super chats. I respect that Brock says, I will speak to you only in $100 super chats. I consider that a great guy. I mean, I just consider that a great guy. Axel Jensen says, you sound like you're underwater. Yeah, I've got that fixed now. So let's see. Keyless says, best community ever. Trump 2024. Hail the 199. Y'all are especially, you are gay, especially Prime himself. You can't stop the signal from an actual female for Trump. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Hailstorm says, stop gurgling. Let's see. Adrian Curry for Tuesday night's main event. Hey, if she's interested, she's been watching us for a long time, man. She's great. She's great. Dr. Gallatin says, we are crypto thems, you bigots. My bad. I'm sorry. Disco Cobra for 20 says, is that splashdown? Let's see. Is that splashdown in the background? Not sure, but it kind of looks like it. Thanks again for the flex fit stuff. I'm stoked to rep you all on my dome piece. LOL. Trump on my dime piece, maybe. Trump is like Iron Man out here for real. Splashdown, that is Wave Race Blue Storm. If you're talking about what's playing on my TV, that is Wave Race Blue Storm on the GameCube right there. So if you remember Wave Race, the OG Wave Race, and then Wave Race Blue Storm, I love those games. But yeah, man, love that game. And if you remember the OG Wave Race, it was absolutely fantastic. So, but there you go with that. All right. Fantastic Knox says, Kamala explaining crypto like she explained AI. Exactly. Grant Potato says, I like AI with Jude Law. Was he in a movie called AI? Jude Law? I remember AI with trying to remember who was in that AI movie. Was Haley Joel was his name Haley Joel the kid from Sixth Sense? Wasn't he in that too? I can't remember. Okay. I don't know if I actually saw that movie. I remember the movie, but I don't know if I actually saw it. Josh for 1999 says, boring. This important shit. People in this space worry about getting canceled and deplatformed, but the blockchain crypto protect us from being depersoned. This is the point that a lot of people make. And so even if you don't like, I know a lot of people, it's just like anything else that's new to the game and it gets dismissed. But a lot of people that are into crypto, they say exactly what Josh is saying right here. So just something to think about. Black Tiger says, I think Kamala Harris laugh is a tick like in the Joker. Well, if it is, that's a problem. Brock says, Brock, we had a good thing going here, man. $100 and you just say something. $100. I'll accept it. But I can't say I'm not a little hurt. Thank you, Brock. Troy New says, I'm a crypto bro. Biden has weaponized the SEC to attack the crypto industry for years. Chairman Gary Gensler is corrupt as hell. Kamala rejected the BTC summit this year while Trump and RFK showed up. I remember when Trump was there and he said that he was going to fire that guy and the place went fucking crazy. The place went crazy when he did that. Dr. Caledon says bromosexual. All right, where are we at here? Vault 95 says, instead of Mario Kart Party Animals, when are y'all going to play Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball? Hey, I'm open to it. They're playing Among Us tonight. Vault 95 says, screw. Oh, yeah, we got that one earlier. Vault 95 says, knock, knock. Who's there? Owen who? Owen 2 Trump 199 wins again. Let's go. Bronson Knight says, crypto nerds overcoming life's hardships and lists with lots of money. You can patch lots of holes in your lisping ship with stacked bundles. Hail Cobra and the 199. Vault 95 says, don't let Ryan into your new room or Ryan will knock over all of your Joes again. Yeah, don't remind me. Don't remind me. True Mr. Gentleman says, I actually don't think Trump is very arrogant. I think he's using wrestling style hyperbole and theatrical tactics. The Imp Lemon documentary correctly points out This is a form of media counter. Well, when I say that he's arrogant, I don't mean it in a bad way. He's a very confident person. Trump is a very confident person, though. But I don't think that he's like arrogant in a bad way at all. Let's tune back in and see what's going on. Let's check back in. There's 88,000 people. Actually, before I click back on, let me just check my feed and see if anybody's actually talking about it. All right. I just want to know if Barron's talking. So, doesn't look like I'm hearing anything yet. Oh, this would be interesting. I want to hear Ron DeSantis join Jesse Waters to talk about the investigation. So we will listen to that here in just a minute. So I will put that on my bookmarks. We'll go back to that here in just a second. All right, let's tune in for a sec, see what's going on.
About yourself going through the adversity. We've dealt with plenty as of late. So, it's important.
I love that. Chase, I mean, we just got quite an intro.
Don't let us down now, man. He's going to start bumbling and mumbling. I'm going to be like, everything I said was a lie. I take it all back.
Okay, we're good. We'll keep an eye out for it, but I want to know if Barron's actually going to talk. So according to Benny and ALX, that is him. So in the meantime, let's listen to this right here because DeSantis joined Jesse Waters. So let's listen in.
Joining me now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. So this happened here in your state. What are you going to do about it, Governor?
Well, the state of Florida is going to do our own investigation. Clearly, there were multiple violations of Florida law. We also, I think, have an interest in vindicating the truth about where this guy came from, what his motivations were. The people of our state deserve that. I don't think it's in the best interest of this country to say that agencies like the FBI and DOJ, which are trying to prosecute Trump in South Florida, they're on appeal at the 11th Circuit trying to reinstate an indictment that had been dismissed, that they're the best people to turn around and, one, give us the truth about this defendant, but also to prosecute the case where they don't have as strong of jurisdictional claims. And so we are going to be doing our investigation. I'm going to have more to say on that very shortly about what precisely we're going to do. But I would note, Jesse, I've played golf with the president when he was in office at that course. It's a great golf course. That part of the property, the 5th green, the 6th hole, and then the 7th tee, that is right there up against the fence line. So the fence line is covered with shrubbery. So if you were just walking by, you couldn't really see inside. But that is clearly the biggest point of vulnerability on that course, because if you're burrowed into those shrubs, you have a pretty clear line of sight on a number of golf holes. And so when I heard that this had happened, there were kind of conflicting reports. Maybe 2 people were shooting at each other. They said, no, this was meant for President Trump. I immediately knew exactly what part of the course it would have been in. So how did this guy get in there? How was he able to burrow in? And yeah, we're thankful that the Secret Service agent, when he saw the muzzle of the gun, fired and caused the defendant to leave. But that guy was burrowed in there, seems like, for the rest of the night. How did that happen?
Right. Thank God for that agent. Thank God for that agent. But that
I got to say, I'm really happy that DeSantis is not letting this go. Like, DeSantis actually sounds like, no, dude, there's something up with this. So I'm really happy to hear that. That is really good that DeSantis ain't playing around with this one.
course should have been swept before, and that vulnerability should have been neutralized. When you hear the Democrats talk about this, I don't personally feel that much sorrow or that much sympathy or even regret that this happened twice, Governor. How do you understand that?
I think a lot. What I saw a lot of Democrats attacking Trump today. Really didn't even give this much of a thought. They're just all out with the rhetoric all over again. And look, we'll see what this guy consumed. It seems like he was a consumer of a lot of these corporate media narratives that the Democrats propagate. We'll see. I think that's what the investigation can show. But I will say this. There's a lot of people in our society who may have a screw loose. And if you're constantly telling them that American democracy is going to end if this guy gets elected president, well, somebody is going to feel that they're justified
for doing this. And so I do think the apocalyptic rhetoric has increased the threats to Donald Trump. No question about it.
Yep, because everybody wants to be a hero if you tee it up like that. Well, Governor, thank God you're investigating, and please share whatever you learn from your state's investigation. That's really important. We get to the truth. Thank you.
Major respect to Ron DeSantis. I'm really, really happy that he is he's on top of that. That's very important, and we need to, like, could you imagine if they find some stuff out that's going to be detrimental? That would be very, very interesting. So one thing I want to show you guys. So and this is something. So we got a loser that a lot of people probably don't know or don't remember. Some people are going to remember. But there's somebody that became relevant today because they were hating on Jeremy Johns. And he got quote tweeted a lot from a lot of people. And so that would be one formerly known as Mundane Matt. Mundane Matt has found relevance again for the first time in several years. Critical Drinker quote tweeted him. Matt Walsh quote tweeted him. And it's all because, he was running his mouth about Jeremy Johns and trying to hate on Jeremy Johns. So he got absolutely fucking ratioed beyond belief. Like ratioed like hell. All right. And so after he got ratioed by, let me pull Drinker's tweet up real quick, see if I can show you guys this. Critical Drinker. Okay. So let's find the Drinker's tweet. Yeah, right here. Okay. So there's Drinker, 10,000 likes on Drinker's quote tweet. Dude, Jarbo's got 715 comments to 316 likes. So he's getting absolutely crushed. So after he got destroyed, he makes this tweet right here. And he says, if you're coming, here we go. He says, if you're coming here from a chud account, just remember that they are lying to you. They are afraid to debate anyone outside of their circle because they know they can't actually back up their own opinions. This is a proven fact. That's interesting. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let me just play this clip right here, Matt. Here we go.
I don't want to cause a fight or nothing like that. I just came
right.
here to
He wanted to come in and have a level-headed conversation to address some things you said, Entertainment Hacker. He wasn't do whatever you want, Matt. I liked your video. I think you had a legit criticism of Jeremy. If he wants to come on, I'll talk to him. The way I view it is that I was polite and I was fair. Yeah, that's how I view that video. It wasn't hating. If I wanted to attack him, if I wanted to do that, I would have done it. That wasn't my goal. This is not kill stream. I don't have kill streams on my channel. Well, I mean, to be fair, you'd make a lot more money if you did. But just say Jeremy is in my backstage. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. All right. I'm gonna go. I gotta run. My phone's almost dead anyway, so I'll talk to you guys all later. All right.
My phone's almost dead too, and I'm here.
All right. Okay, Jeremy, I'll be fair. I call you out all the time. Here you are.
So you see how quickly, as soon as he said I was backstage, this was all about Matt making a video about me. And they were talking shit about me. So I just showed up in the chat. I'm like, send me a link. I'll come on right fucking now. And that's what happened.
Jeremy is in my backstage. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna go. I gotta run. My phone's almost dead anyway, so I'll talk to you guys all later.
I got my phone. My phone's dead. So again, I just thought that was interesting when he makes a tweet like this, saying that. So, and again, I used to confront all of these fucking losers. I used to confront them all the time, but they're not worth it, man. They're not worth it because all they do is lie and manipulate, and they're looking for you to give them the attention that they so desperately need. And so I used to interact with them a lot. I used to fight with them. I used to go on their streams. I used to be like, hey, send me a link. I've spent hours and hours and hours on a lot of these guys' streams just, defending myself against all of their lies. It's just not worth it anymore. So yeah, Drunk 3PO. Look at Drunk 3PO. That's how I found Jeremy. That's not that stream. You mean just me fighting with people? What do you mean by that? You mean like me just fighting with people back in the day? Drunk 3PO's here. Look at that check mark. Look at that sexy check mark. So there we go. I agree with Jay. Doesn't everybody agree with Jay? Fighting with people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I used to fight with people all the time. I used to confront them. I used to I would go find streams where they were talking shit about me and just let it build up, and then I would comment. I'm like, hey, you guys want me to join? And you would see them fucking start. Oh my God, is that really Jeremy? Is that really him? Oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? I would love to watch it because they were calling me racist and sexist, and he hates women and he hates gay people, and he runs this. And I'm like, well, I can come answer all these questions if you want. And but it got to the point where it was just ridiculous, and these clowns did not deserve me to go on there and deal with them. So Slain Hope says somewhere out there, someone is saying that stocks are just a scam that gives you the illusion of being a business partner when they are getting scammed. Slain Hope is passionate about this. And listen, if there's where is a normie, how does a normie learn about crypto? That would be the best question. How does a normie learn about it? Archer Blade says, do you prefer war heroes captured or uncaptured? Is that because of the Trump question? I prefer Donald Trump. There you go. So Among Us says Benny J found out Ryan votes in North Carolina but lives in Hawaii. Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's a lot of details with this guy that we're just going to work through. Let me see. Hail J. Yeah, that's your question about normie. Yeah, so normies. Where do normies go? Like I said, if you ask me what's a normie YouTube show for normie politics, that would be Tim Pool's show. And I don't think Tim Pool is a normie when it comes to it. I think Tim Pool's actually very versed in a lot of different things. I'm just talking about the style of his show is very normie friendly. Borg Porg says, if Kamala wins, who's going to protect Taylor Swift from the terrorists at her concerts? Remember that suicide bomber at the Ariana Grande show and shooters at the Eagles death metal concert? Tay-Tay is cray-cray. Yeah, 100%, man. Absolutely. Drunk says, I own a lot of crypto. Maybe Jay knows then. Maybe Jay's the normie for us. He can dumb it down for all of us. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, oh, hey, it's Matt's sweaty neck Jarbo. What a loser. 100%. Slain Hope says, I learned from a friend who badgered me for 10 years. There you go. Let's see here. All right, we're all caught up. You mean it's accessible and digestible from normies, Jeremy? Yes, it's kind of magic. That's what I meant by that. Jay, you can hop in here if you want. I don't know if you want to, but you can. Jay, you're always welcome to hop on CobraCast whenever. VJ the Vigilant says, watch content from Bitcoin Magazine. See, the problem is crypto bros, what happens is the reason I get so turned off by crypto is my favorite YouTube channel will get hacked by a fucking crypto bro. And then I'll see a crypto bro in my feed all of a sudden. And I'm like, I didn't subscribe to this fucking piece of shit live stream that's just on a loop that's been live for the past 4 days. And then I'll end up unsubscribing from it. But it turned out that they hacked a channel that I was subscribed to. And I'm like, well, fuck you, crypto bros. You know what I mean? That's what annoys me. I've seen that happen more times than I can count. Was it Bitcoin or what? I can't tell. But yeah, it's happened to a lot of my favorite YouTube channels. Let's see. GL Dude says J-Coin greater than gay coin. Troy News says, I watch YouTubers, Invest Answers, and Cryptos Are Us for all my crypto financial stuff. Very informative and daily vids. There we go. Thank you, Troy. But Sexton. Oh man, you guys are too much on that one. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Locals as well. We will be doing some exclusive content over there, and not just isolated. Once we get the ball rolling, it's gonna be really, really good. I still remember when comics said buttcoin during FNT. Now there's a buttcoin emote. Yes, our mistakes become memes. That is the rule. I didn't make it up. By the way, thank you, Real Smile Bit, for the gifted memberships over there on Kick earlier. Greatly appreciate it. Always appreciate it when we got some support on Kick. I do stream over there. I know we don't have a huge audience over there whenever I'm streaming on all these other platforms, but there are some people that prefer to watch us over there. So we try to give you guys an opportunity. Brock says, what? Hippo. Hang on. All right. Hippopotamuses. Jesus, I can't. What the fuck? That's what you're going to spend $5 on? That's what you're going to spend $5 on? He sends me 100 to say stop, 100 to says thank you for stopping, a 2 to call me a homosexual, and a 5 to drop that one. And Tweeted Tone is in the chat complimenting you now. Tweeted Tone says, Brock the Legend, always great to see him here. Tweeted Tone has never said a nice thing about me, ever, in my chat. There we go. Where are we at? You guys are just spamming shit now. Beardo curves the cucumbers. You guys are sending mental images that I do not need, okay? Please don't do that. Russ sounded out for me. Hippo, Pato, monstrous. It keeps moving in the chat. Qua. Jesus, where did it go? It keeps moving on me. I saw it though. Quadalia phobia. There we go. See, I had that. Okay. Hippo word is fear of long words, Jeremy. That makes sense. Dude, I'm from Alabama. What do you expect from me? Okay. Josh says, Jeremy, fair enough. Crypto bros are often their own worst enemies for being annoying to the people they are trying to win over. That right there that's a perfect, accurate representation of crypto bros. Okay. They're so annoying that I don't even want to listen to them because they're so fucking annoying. All I do is them post these, they have like their profile pictures, like that one guy that interviewed Trump, and it's like all the same profile picture, and they just spam it everywhere. It's really annoying. And so, yeah, they are their own worst enemy. No doubt about that. All right. So we are at the 2.5 hour mark. Look at this mad lad. Look at this mad lad. Brock. And all he says is LOL. All right, Brock, I know it hasn't been a proper 199, but I think you've earned it for the audience tonight. So we're going to play the proper 199 clip. All right, Brock has earned it tonight with his craziness. So you ready, guys?
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
I laugh every time, dude. It's so funny. Oh. Thank you, Brock. You mad lad, you. Absolutely insane. Insane. Grant Potato says the big one you should keep an eye on is XRP Ripple. It's being adopted by the BRICS nations and other countries. It's being blocked by gold. How many people are into do we have any I'm curious, you know what, it's poll time. How many crypto people are we here? All right, let's see. Are you into crypto? All right. Are you into crypto? Here we go, right there. Let's see how many people are into crypto. And then let's go back to the Twitter Spaces just to see what's going on over there. Is it over? All right. I don't. They're still going, but Eric is about to come on. Okay. Look at that. Ryan must be about to go live, and he changed the banner to Sports Wars. You see that? So I have to change it back to CobraCast. I wonder if it's going to change for him. There we go. See that? You see how it changed? No, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. But 75% says no. To be fair, though, anybody that was into crypto probably left when I stopped listening to it. So there you go. So that's part of it too. Slane Hope says crypto is like stocks, but instead of a company that trademarks crypto as technology that's open source so anyone can use it, shit coins are different. Old Renaissance Boomer says Jeremy is the epitome of Jeff Foxworthy's if the third grade is referred to as your senior year, you might be a redneck. Hail the 199 Mage iDots. Look who's here. Feel free to join whenever you want, sir. Feel free.
Whenever I want.
Wait, look who it is.
Didn't want to push the button.
I just didn't know. I didn't know if you're picking your nose or if you're eating some SpaghettiOs or whatever. You know, you never know. How you doing, Jay?
It would have been funny. I'm good. How's everybody doing?
We are chilling. So you're
about cryptocurrency.
You're a crypto bro, right?
No, not really. I have I have investments in Bitcoin. That's about it.
So what?
There's a whole bunch of weird stuff out there. There's meme coins. There's different types of cryptocurrency. Like people Dogecoin was popular, but there was NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I think that's what they were called. Those things came and went.
Yeah, those things came and went really quickly.
They're only what's really crazy is you see some celebrity their account get taken over and then they push like the Hulk Hogan coin.
Yeah.
And they lose control of their account for 2 days. So those things are just crazy. They want you to get in really quick to buy their coin, and then you have to sell it within a few hours if you're going to make any money. That's pretty much they scam people that don't know how to do it.
People want a Canadian bear coin.
I'm not getting involved in all that. I could probably make one, honestly, and put it on Sol. And then if you guys are going to go buy it with your Coinbase, but
Canadian bear coin, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I think the people would support it. I think
as soon as I make $1 million, people say I scam them all out of everything. That's usually how it works.
Well, how you been, man? I haven't talked to you in a few days. So
life is good. Life is good.
How's
a few days? What? Oh yeah.
How's Green coming along?
Any day now.
Now.
We had what happened was it probably would have launched by now, but one of the covers had a error that I didn't catch. So we had to change it. So that's what's and then of course Ripa, I crossed him over in basketball and he blew out his hip. So,
yeah, I mean, he's
what white boys do. I mean, that's all I could say. And then
listen, man, Ripa, I mean, you just don't want to step on the court with a white dude, Ripa. I mean, you got crushed. So I get it,
Crossover, drained a 3 in his face. He had to go to surgery the next hour.
He's a little embarrassed about it, and I get it. He didn't want to talk about it. So I wouldn't want to talk about it, to be fair. So, but yeah. So
get well soon.
Oh man, but no, man.
Everything's cool, man. Everything's good. I'm waiting for Agatha, I guess. That'll be the next thing we review, and then Park Hopping's booming. I'm really loving what's happening over at Park Hopping. Everything's good. Everything's going really well.
Yeah, so I know you and Krista's been doing a lot over there on Park Hopping, and I'm not watching Agatha. I'm not doing it, man. I can't bring myself to do it. I don't care about.
And we have something special this weekend with Park Hopping. Aren't you going to be a part of it? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if we've announced that publicly though. So
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'll be there. So
it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
We're gonna be uploading that to the channel though. So I got to sneeze, Jay.
Go ahead. Wasted 5K with crypto. Jay, how is Gina? You
That was
wasted
quick.
5K in crypto, man.
5K?
So I was kind of done. I bought Bitcoin years ago, and then I sold it, and I should have held it because then I would have done really well today if I had kept it, but I didn't. So,
well, I think
I bought GameStop, and that really came around for me, so that was nice. And then
I can't see GameStop being in business for another.
No, that was a special thing. Did you ever see that movie? It's called Dumb Money.
Dumb Money?
So do you know the story of Roaring Kitty?
No, I'm vaguely familiar whenever he goes live and it breaks the fucking internet and everybody goes crazy, but I'm not.
He was just a simple YouTuber that was like, I'm going to invest $50,000 into GameStop and talk about it. And he had a channel and it was, it was so-so. But then like he just kept talking about it and more people kept investing into GameStop of all things. And his $5 stock went to like $200 worth. I mean, he became a multimillionaire, almost a billionaire.
Jeez.
In a matter of years. Yeah. And it shot up really high and then it's kind of tapered back down. So, and then he had one bump earlier this year. It went up pretty high. So it was pretty, they made a movie about it called Dumb Money. And so now he's just kind of quietly, he tweets like every now and then and people freak out. They think they're waiting for the next big thing.
Yeah. I see that there's there's people freaking out right now over this whole the Inside Out story. Have you made a video on that?
I haven't. I don't know what to say. Like it's kind of like
it's funny. And
if it's true, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge, well, I mean, we do know that Inside Out 2 made $1.6 billion, and I saw the movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So, and yeah, I want to look further into those stories, but yeah, that's it's very, very funny that it's all blowing up in their faces.
I think the gay kiss in Lightyear probably had something to do with it. I don't know if that was the overall.
No,
it's just terrible. Like all around.
It's not the overall for sure. But the fact is Chris Evans actually came out and said, like, hey, if you're against this, you're a bigot, and we don't want your money. And again, Chris Evans needs to understand he's not a movie star. He's not a real movie star. He's fake movie star. Meaning, if he's in the role of Captain America, then people enjoy, him in that role. He's great in that role, but he's not a real movie star. But he thinks he's something big, so he goes out here and does his political activism bullshit. And
he shares a picture of his weenie. You remember that? He shared. He ended up accidentally sharing a picture of his privates, and then he doesn't say anything. And then his next tweet, like I guess it was like 6 months later or 3 months later, he's like, "Now that I've got your attention, please register to vote."
Oh yeah, I do remember something. Was it confirmed to be him? I don't even know.
Yeah, he said it was something accidentally shared.
Just like with Shannon Sharp accidentally went live on Instagram having sex.
A healthy male. That's what healthy males do.
Yeah. Like it's just coincidental that Shannon Sharp's always got these gay rumors about him, and he just accidentally goes live on Instagram having sex with a woman.
Yeah.
It's just an accident, guys. Just an accident. So no big deal. Tina Guzman says, check out Don't Walk, Run Productions video. CNN fact checker at 1742 to 850 mark. Hilarious. All right, I'll see if I can find that one. Eric K says, Sports Wars is over. The game started, you fig. But if it's over, I don't understand why it changed the background. That was really weird. Josh says, I'm into crypto if it can seriously stay decoupled from government interference.
That's the thing. Because it's like a worldwide, but like if you had invested in Bitcoin, Jeremy, like 10 years ago, like you bought a bunch, you'd be a multimillionaire today.
Probably.
But then again, you never know what it's going to do because it's basically just digital currency. So
according to Twitter, I am multimillionaire though, just by my rage bait.
I mean, Bitcoin, you can get a Bitcoin millionaire. When I fly first class and I get to go to these cons because they pay my way to go out there, and they give me a first class ticket. People are like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm just a Bitcoin millionaire. Hey, just leave me alone. What am I gonna say? I'm a nobody. They got me this ticket. So
hey, you want to see something scary?
oh man.
I'm just asking.
Sure. Oof. Man,
They
that's
all
rough.
look the same. They all look the same.
You got some jacked up teeth, man.
They all look the same. Holy crap. But hey, we're the crazy ones though, right? We're the crazy ones. Let's see. Grant Potato says it's pronounced bricks. Also look at Bitcoin. The majority of people thought Bitcoin was a joke. Look at where it's at now.
That's the thing. See, I think when Trump gets elected, make sure you guys vote. And he does push this this Bitcoin. It could potentially. I think it's at like 57 right now, 57,000 per one coin, and it could potentially shoot to 100,000, 150,000. If America gets behind that and starts like using that, and like other people are starting to use it as a form of currency, that's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely,
there's not financial advice.
No, never.
I'm not saying go out and buy it or anything, but
we've got Hal says, I'm trying to remember the name of Steve Kerr's son. Can you help?
Nick.
Hang on. I got somebody that can help you out with that. Give me just a second. I got an expert on that subject. Give me just a minute. Pull this up and I can help you. That's what we're here to do. Okay. That's what we're here to do. Okay.
Can you short Bitcoin? Yeah, I think you can.
All right. So here we go.
All right. Smelly Negro. I love that name. Which hockey movie chant, I swallow knickers come? No idea.
You think he knew what he got into like halfway through, but he's like, if I just play it out and just go to the next one, it'll be forgotten. You know what I mean? Like,
there's actually another one too. I gotta find it. Let me see here.
it's like I've already committed. Let me just finish and act like it never happened.
Let me see here. Hey, go. There's another one. I gotta find it because he falls right into the actual crap. No, like there's another one where he did. No way. Did they get rid of that channel? The John Campea Exposed channel? Did they get rid of it? No way.
Jeremy's gonna be sad.
No way. Did they take that channel down? There's no fucking way. That was a great channel.
I made a mistake with John Campea a few years back.
What happened?
I had his show on for some reason in the background, and then the woman that he had on, you should remember because everybody made a video but me. She was like, I hate women. John Campea thought this woman that he brought on was going to be like pro women centric in shows and stuff, and she just kind of slams him down a little bit. So I clipped that little part out and I just put it on Twitter, like that little thing. Everybody made videos on it, and then Campea blocked me. He was mad, and then he goes on a little rant about. He doesn't say my name, but he goes on a little rant saying like, at least you could have like tagged the whole Aaron Cummings. That's right. I didn't make a video on it. Everybody got like hundreds of thousands of views because Campea got like chewed out by a woman.
Dude, the John Campea Exposed channel is gone. I am heartbroken over this news. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. That's crazy. Can anybody find it? John Campea Exposed. It was a YouTube channel. It had like, I don't know, 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers. And all it did is just posted a bunch of shit about John Campea.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, man. That's crazy if that's what happened. Or maybe it's Campea Exposed, but it still should have shown up under the search. Let's see. Got suspended 4 months ago? No, I had it pulled up recently. Yeah, it's gone. That's fucked up. Oh, well. There you go. It's over now. Do you remember this one? This one right here. There we go.
John here on a beautiful night in Southern California, and I'm just out here kind of doing my normal evening routine, doing a little bit of work, trying to get ready for the next day. You know, just not a lot, just a little bit of light reading and some information gathering, if you will, just to get some stuff. So I have a little bit of a head start in the morning when I do my stuff. And, you know, I was going through some of the comments on some of the videos today. You know, one of the stories that came out today was they got their lead cast for the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. And I thought it was a terrific looking cast. I mean, they got the kid from the Black Phone, which to me is really quite exciting. They went and got the girl, Nico Parker, I think is her name, from Last of Us, who I think is tremendously gifted. And I love the episode she was in. I think she's going to be fantastic in this. And I started noticing that there were a bunch of comments on the girl being in it and people complaining that this How to Train Your Dragon thing is already ruined because they changed Astrid. They changed Astrid. And because they changed Astrid, that means this thing was a complete disaster. It was ruined. It was destined to fail because they changed Astrid. I thought it was interesting.
Oh, just wait, chat. Just wait.
Because you know full goddamn well that if Astrid's supposed to be,
he starts getting mad.
And they hired a cast a girl who was 5'4.5". That's a significant change, but nobody would have said anything, right? They wouldn't have said a thing. If Astrid is supposed to have hazel brown eyes, but they cast an actress who had walnut brown eyes, well, that's a change.
He's so out of touch.
But you know, full goddamn well, they wouldn't complain about it. Wouldn't have said a thing. Would have been perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that change. If in the movie, Astrid was supposed to be right-handed, and they had the audacity to hire an actress who was right-handed, well, that's a change. It's a change. You know goddamn well they wouldn't have said a thing about it because that's fine. But oh my God, if you get a girl who the pigmentation of her skin tone is a little bit different than Astrid's is, in the movie, by the way, Astrid, who comes from a complete mythological fairy tale, non-existent, completely made up in fiction race of people and Vikings that don't really exist. If the pigmentation of her skin is a little bit darker than what Astrid's is in the cartoon, height, not a problem. Eye color, not a problem. Hand, not a problem. Oh, tone of her skin. That's a problem. This movie's doomed because they got an actress, regardless of how talented or gifted, whose skin color is a little bit darker than the one in cartoon. See, that change, that's too much. And I want to say this. Please get the fuck off my channel, you mouth-breathing, basement-dwelling, cousin humping motherfuckers. Just get off my channel. Don't come to my channel. I'm on a personal mission. I want to purge 30,000 of my subscribers off my channel within the next 48 hours. And I would like them to be, because with the number of comments of people saying such idiotic, moronic things, I figure there's got to be at least 30,000 of you knuckle draggers around there. So please just leave my channel. Don't come back. Don't watch my stuff. I want to purge 30,000 things. Do me a favor, you racist pieces of shit, and go and find one of your echo chamber websites where you can all stand around and jerk each other off while you tilt your head backs and go, woke, woke. And then you can come on each other's faces and tell each other that come on your face cleanses you of wokeness. Yeah, tell yourselves that. Whatever is going to get you off and make you feel good about yourself. Just don't come around here. Nobody complains about the height of Hugh Jackman. Nobody complains about the physical differences between my beloved Henry Cavill and what he looked like in the comics versus what he looked like in the movies. No, because those changes aren't a problem. The changes are only a problem if the girl's skin color is a little bit different. Yeah. So just, go away. Don't I believe me, I've been doing this. I'm coming up on my 20th anniversary. I'm perfectly good. I can retire tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I just still do this job because I think it's fun. That's all. But you really need to go find an echo chamber where you and your illiterate brood can just gather around and just, like I said, do a big circle jerk with each other. Yeah, that's all my thoughts for tonight. Thanks for joining me, guys.
What a douchebag, dude. And his argument that fans didn't complain about the Hugh Jackman, Heath Ledger, Ben Affleck as Batman? Are you kidding me that fans didn't complain about those castings?
Yeah, they complained about all
the
of them.
fact that he's going to sit there and act like that fans don't complain about castings of other superheroes is absolutely insane.
Yeah, agreed.
Michael Keaton? Like, people complain about casting in superhero films all the fucking time. That's what fans do. But yeah, we had to watch that real quick. I'm sad that the Can't Be Exposed channel's gone, though.
You knuckle dragger. That's my favorite line. I don't know why.
And that's all because of a $5 super chat from Hal. That's what led us down that path. So you never know what a $5 super chat's going to get you. Look who's here. Brock is here. Jay, you want to help Brock out?
Hey, Jay, what is... Hold on. That's a good one there. Let's see what we got here. What is hippopotamus strauss equiptophobia?
Well, you missed a lot of
fear of
letters.
hippos.
You just went you went all the way to phobia. You skipped like the middle half of the word.
Did the best I could. I don't use that word on a regular basis, so someone said nailed it.
Nailed it. Yo Pops is a Cobra legend, tier 3. Thank you, Yo Pops.
What's up, Yo Pops?
Slain Hope says, Jay, you left out the part where GameStop stock was being massively shorted by the investment firms.
100%.
He cost companies like BlackRock millions.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole hour conversation. Like me with this whole GameStop on a personal ride just to see this thing go up and down. That's where the term diamond hands came, and don't sell. Like it was a crazy ride. It was a crazy ride.
We Too Dumb says wasted $200 on Ashton Blaze, not attractive. Wait, you wasted $200 OnlyFans? Ashton Blaze, not attractive. You spent $200 on an OnlyFans chick. F and Dave says, let's see, it's not gay if you do it with the memes. Grand Potato says, now I understand why Jeremy is gay. Gerald Armstrong says, Jay, say butt sexton.
What? Why y'all want me to say stuff? Butt sexton? What?
Oh man, 199 chats are out of control. Vault 95 says Friday Cobra Cast. Can we get Jay and Beardo for a high tea Cobra Science? We'll see.
Man.
We'll see. I'll be traveling Friday, so I'll be at a hotel. So all right, we're gonna end it there. Geeks and Gamers Play goes live in 30 minutes. Am I right about that?
Yep, 30 minutes.
Let's see if I
10:30.
I don't know if the redirects are working. It hasn't seemed like it's been working lately, but I'll try to redirect everybody over there.
Lady Aaron posted a great picture of me. Thank you.
But again, don't forget to go over to 221B Tactical and get yourself a Geeks and Gamers hat and the iDot shirt. Sale. The campaign closes tomorrow. Okay, campaign closes tomorrow. So
all right,
get
hold
them.
on.
Okay,
hold on. We got breaking news.
Okay.
Can I share it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you were doing the pitch. I apologize.
No, it's fine. If we got breaking news, let's go.
Sean Diddy Combs arrested in Manhattan after grand jury indictment.
Oh shit!
Can we get a double check on that to make sure that's real?
Let's see here.
Usually breaking 911 is pretty good.
They are pretty good.
But you never know.
Yep. Benny Johnson just tweeted it.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I honestly thought that was kind of like assassination and all that, like the Sean Combs stuff was like fading away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't even really think about it much anymore. I didn't know what was happening, but yeah.
Wow.
He's been arrested.
That's crazy. Puff Daddy.
You think he's gonna spill the beans on stuff? Like, you think if they're like, you're talking about a guy that lived a life?
I think Diddy has a lot of dirt on a lot of people.
Exactly.
That's lot of dirt on a lot of people. So I think that I think that there's might be some where's Hillary Clinton? That's all I'm asking.
That's what I was about. I didn't know how to say it, but I agree with you. I was like, it's kind of crazy. They want him in a cell.
Yeah.
Before all the evidence comes out. That's interesting.
Yep. So pretty interesting indeed. But Sexton says you rang. Space comma digger says Beardo has that phobia. It's fear of big words. That's what that word meant. Fear of big words. Z Herb says sorry, just got here. Gonna watch from the start. Thoughts on people saying Elon called for violence? It just sounds ridiculous. Yeah, he deleted that tweet too. People are just too fucking sensitive, man. People are just too fucking sensitive. But yeah, they're trying. Again, you have to understand when you're on this side of the situation, they're going to manipulate everything you say and try to twist it. Eric K says Peter Puffer should have been in jail for shooting that girl in the face with J-Lo. Troy News says when you finish reading this sentence, Jay will forget he was ever gay.
I mean, I was never gay.
Who's that, Jay?
Captain Cook.
Okay. There you go. Speaking of diddling, Jay ought to do a park hopping in the Magic Kingdom to ask about getting a vasectomy or a colonoscopy.
I'll tell you what, though. Anytime I go live on any channel and we had the pirate podcast, everyone's asking me about Haiti. So,
all right.
I got lots of stories, man. I got lots of stories.
He forgot already. He did. He forgot already. Look at there. So, all right, we're going to end it there. Geeks and Gamers play. They're playing Among Us tonight, so should be good. Should be fun. I've got to record videos for Geeks and Gamers. I may join them a little bit later over there. If you have not, go check out my latest Geeks and Gamers video. On Jeremy Johns. That video is doing really well. So, and I'm going to continue making videos for this channel as well. I want to get this channel back rolling. Jay, what do you got going on, buddy?
I'm looking forward to playing Among Us. And yeah, just the same thing. I will have my first political show Thursday morning at 8:00 in the morning. So it doesn't interfere with anything else.
There we go.
Or on the Welcome to Rebellion channel.
There we go. So, there we go. Yeah. Let's see. Phantasm Knox says, now let's guess whether Diddy will get Epstein. Yeah, that's the concern right there. That's the concern. Laughing Man's yelling at me saying, read the super chats, Jeremy. Read the super chat. Wait.
Laughing Man's the guy that he keeps paying this. I'm not on my own channel, so I'm just saying he's the guy that keeps paying money for me to dress as the Canadian bear.
People are telling me Barron's talking, but I'm checking and I don't see it. I don't think Barron's talking.
Barron is like the mystery. Everybody wants to hear from Barron. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants him to say something, tweet something.
Yeah. Yeah, Barron's got let's see. Multiple outlets are reporting it now. What are you talking about? The Diddy stuff?
Yeah, maybe.
Barron's
got that Bruce Wayne vibe going.
Yep. And he needs to keep it too. It's got a good vibe. Like he's got mysterious. He's kind of got like the mysterious element going on. It's pretty awesome. All right. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Great Cobra Cast as always. We you know what? Let's clock in at 3 hours. So we still got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Jay, what can we do for 1 minute and 10 seconds?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. I mean, Axel Jensen sent a super chat.
Someone like Mike was made for Among Us.
That is true. That is true. That is very true.
I would love to see like Aiden Ross and Barron like do a sit down. I think that'd be He just comes across like, because he doesn't say much. He just kind of stands there. He's got the same look on his face. Doesn't smile, doesn't look angry, but he's just there. You know, he's like always watching. After the first assassination attempt, they had that picture of him, remember, with his arms crossed, and he's like, "You've just awoken a nightmare." It's like, holy crap, that stuff looks wild.
Yeah. Ooga Booga Smigoli. And that's going to bring us. Oh, Among Us is Show Jay, my pick.
Is that Beardo in like
Beardo on Chris Christie's body in the penguin outfit? Like, there's layers to these memes, bro. Okay, there's layers to these memes.
That's why I find it funny when like new people turn in. They're like, "What's going on here?" I hear like these are my people, but then they see stuff like that and they're like, "I don't know what the hell is."
Like, what the hell's going on around here? But all right, we made it to 3 hours, everybody. 3 hour Cobra Cast in the books. Thank you, we appreciate it. Thank you for all the super chats, gifted memberships. Make sure you go to 221 Tactical. Get yourself a shirt and a hat. Campaign closes tomorrow after Tuesday night's main event. Have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Say bye, Jay.
Bye, everyone.
I didn't hit end yet, so we
Am
can't
I
say.
racist? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't hit end yet. Should I hit end now or should I wait? Because I don't want it to cut off any like conversations we're having.
Well, I've got to go to the bathroom.
Axel Jensen says, "You think you can leave Fig?" You guys think you can control me with super chats? Well, you're correct. Bye, everybody. I love you. Appreciate it.